3, 2, 1. Servus, grüezi, and welcome not to the best night, your favorite podcast, but your favorite Bieber host, your favorite break show. My guest this time, all the way from the beautiful USA, representing Yak Films. Please make some noise for Cash. There was some noise from the people. Yeah. First of all, brother, thank you so much for taking your time. Finally, we did it. A long time we planned to do this. Now we found the time, and I want to give you a shout out and big respect for everything you did. We will get more into it with the details, but what you did with the filming, inspiring, talking in front of people, representing our culture, our values, keep on doing it. Yes. So shout out to you, brother, for everything you did and will do for the future. What's up, my G's? Before we dive back into the session, a massive and big shout out to Bottega Parma, who work for the culture, from the culture. If you're looking for gear that actually respects the floor, the culture, and the craft, you have to check out their website. Limited edition streetwear. We're talking handmade, high-end streetwear like cargo pants, baggy fits, shorts, hoodies, and beanies. Everything designed for dancing. The most durable, comfortable, and dope clothes. Since it's limited edition, you know you're not going to see everyone else rocking with the same. Technical breaking gear. They've engineered the essentials for us, like spin pants, spin caps, spin shirts, designed by breakers for breakers. The Pro B-Boy shirt. This is a world first. A protective shirt specifically designed for breaking with integrated protections. For the first time, even also on your shoulders. Yes, no more burns. You know what I'm saying. If you're serious about your power moves or you want to learn faster, this is a must-have. So stay safe. Fully customizable. You can actually draw your own unique clothes and get custom hand lettering. They even provide custom gear for crews and dance schools. Sustainable quality. This is made in Italy. Excellence. They follow a slow fashion philosophy, using dead stock fabrics from major Italian brands. It means less waste, better endurance, and gear that truly lasts for years. They ship worldwide, so come and get yours. From the scene, for the scene. They give back to the culture. They are part of the culture. So support Bottega Prama now and support real people like you. Be part of the family now and use the code GTV10 for your discount right now. This is a brand born from passion. The founders have deep roots in hip hop since the 90s and they still represent here with breaking and writing. They're the ones with attitude on the ground, supporting from the smallest block parties to the massive international stages, keeping the community alive, organizing jams and workshops for the youth. Here is why they're leading the game.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you having the space for me to talk a little bit about the
Oh,
work I've done.
I love this. I love because I know we are same-minded. How you say? I don't find the word now. We believe in the same values. Let's say it like this, right? So
I mean,
first
we
time,
appreciate, hold on, we appreciate breaking culture specifically, its origins, the connections between them. And a lot of people get caught up in who the heroes of it are. But I think that there's an unsung hero, which is the journalist
Mhm.
who makes sure that these stories are told correctly from people from their own perspective. Because we see them dance a lot, but we don't get to hear them tell their story. So I really appreciate that you have this series,
Yeah,
seasons of it now, so
yeah.
the
I
truth can
I
release
uh,
themselves.
I got inspired by because I'm a huge NBA fan and MMA fan. Bro, after every game, they talk. They have podcasts
Yeah.
every day. They talk about every battle, about everything that happened. If I want to know about Michael Jordan, I have podcasts. If I want to know about who won this championship, I hold the whole story from 5 people. We don't know shit about nobody from us, you know? So that's why I try to build a huge catalog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I try to do the same with the Yak Like You Know
Yeah.
show
So
every Friday.
So you, sir, was a big inspiration for me too, because first time I saw you was in the famous videos where you always changed the location and talked about what happened in general in our culture, not just breaking. You gave platform to many styles of dances, right? And me, I also started then something I called your favorite breaking news, your favorite b-boy news back then, right? And I also made it in Swiss television. Once a month, there was a hip hop show. It was called Joyce in the Hood. Joyce is the name of the TV program, right? So Joyce in the Hood. And once a month, I had my show there, and I From the streets, I started recording it in a green room. And from
Wow.
there, I had the radio show. And Popmaster Fable told me I am the first person in the world to have a breaking radio show. And then from then, the
Wow.
YouTube and everything. So you was also a big inspiration for me.
Dope.
So you already mentioned your Yak Films, right? I have here some stats I want to share with you, and we can talk about it, right? So in now we record this. When the people see it, it already happened. But you're gonna celebrate 18 years on YouTube. That's that's crazy. In 18 years, you had over 370 million views. That's and you also reached the 1 million subscribers, right? By the way, you have the plaque? You already got it?
I got the 100,000 one here. The
Ah,
million
nice.
one is back in California.
Ah, nice, nice, nice.
Read some more stats. What else we got? I ain't
So,
even thinking about this.
one also another stat
That
that
is,
that's very dope, brother. That's very dope. So, also what people don't know, maybe
we should
you have
have
a second,
Timothy's.
you have a second channel dedicated to the battles, right? And there, there's always going also going to reach 1 million soon. But on that platform, you have the most viewed video of yourself. It's 99 million views, 2012 R16, Massive Monkeys versus Jinjo. We're gonna talk about all this, but first I want to talk with you about take us with you to the 29th of April. And oh no, it already happened. Oh my God, my mathematics is so bad. uh, to take us back to 2008, why did you press the button and made the channel?
So Yak is an acronym. It means Uram and Cash, and I'm Cash with a K, right? Now, go before 2008. Um, I, as a kid, loved to dance, express myself. I saw somebody at a party one time when I was trying to impress some girls. You know, I was young and stuff. He went up onto a handstand and did like a one hand freeze, and I was like, "That's not allowed, right? That's not fair. You can't do that." And you know, I had to reason with myself, like, if there's movements that you can do upside down, like there's a whole world that I haven't like understood yet. And I didn't realize at the time he was a b-boy, but you know, I accidentally downloaded videos using Napster of Battle of the Year, uh, um, b-boy competitions just from all around the world, from Koreans overseas. Um, and again, to me, it felt like it was a part of the black community, but not a lot of people around me who was black American were doing it anymore. So I kind of looked to other countries and what they had going on to really learn how it was being kept alive. I remember I had the How to Breakdance DVD with the B-boys from New York. Um, Eventually, I went to competitions, and that was when I was living in California in like 2006, 2007. Just being self-taught. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Texas before that. That, you know, my life story is a whole other story. Being born in Chicago and raised in California, but living in Texas for a while. But once I ended up going to dance competitions and seeing that you could win money, I ended up being around the likes of Nasty Ray, who was an amazing talent back then and still is. Amazing dancer just in general. I was around B-Boy Morris, who was an amazing talent then and still is, an entire veteran of the breaking community. You know, Flex Flav and you know,
One of the
all his
best ever
gangs.
from the USA.
Musicality, freestyle. Anyway, yeah, this crowd knows the points. But I was around B-Boy Kareem. A lot of them were practicing. Rock Force crew, doing drills up and down hallways of CCs and turtle walks and stuff. I'd never seen breaking approach from a militant perspective when practicing. Eventually, I went to a couple dance competitions, like I was saying, and there were people, just to cut to the chase. There was one battle where the dancers who I competed against in a two-on-two, it was a prelim battle, so neither of us passed the prelim, so that's first of all. But they filmed the competition, they watched it on the sidelines. And back then, you know, there was way less people filming with their phones, way less people posting anything online. Like, I would dare say this is before YouTube. But before YouTube was
YouTube is
major.
2005, I think. That
Five, yeah.
five.
I mean, it was BC1 footage. It was Junior. It was Lilu. You know what I'm saying? Sonic, like you mentioned off tape. But it wasn't a lot of like local jams or anything like that. And so I didn't really see, a future in it, being a competitor or anything per se. But I definitely wanted to express myself, and I had creative ideas. I think being a b-boy is like being a philosopher in a lot of ways, but that's probably for another conversation. But the filming part, why am I filming it? Why is there Yak Films? The people who I competed against in that 2-on-2, they later on said, "Oh, the footage got corrupted, and so we had to delete it." And I felt like I had been robbed. I felt like I had danced, expressed myself, enjoyed myself, and didn't get to see it afterwards. And so from that day on, I asked this guy at this youth center I was going to in East Oakland, California, who was teaching me basic photography and video editing. I asked him to come to this competition. I was like, "This is something that needs to be filmed. If you're going to teach me how to do photos and stuff, come help me record this." The first battles on Yak Films, even before Yak Films, there's a whole other YouTube channel that reached 1 million views as well for Youth Center. But I eventually got in trouble because all the videos for that youth center were all dance focused. I kept pushing us towards dance the whole time, and so we had to start Yak Films in secret at first. That's why the acronym. But anyways, because I didn't get that footage from the 2-on-2, I made sure that I would bring a cameraman so that I would always control my own image, or at least be able to post or not post what I did when I danced that day. And I came to find out that other dancers appreciated if I could give them their footage as well. And then eventually, thanks to Uram knowing a connection to travel to Europe, because we were hired to film a documentary in France that had nothing to do with dance. But I convinced us to go to Battle of the Year in Germany first. They had the one-on-one in a mall for free for us all to watch. Morris battled Lilu in the finals. There was so many
It's
different dance finals
2010,
I
right?
could go to. 2009. And this
2009,
is with
man.
little Kev, who I had
Hmm.
seen, with Phase T, and they were an inspiration to me as well because I'm a very tall dancer. I'm 6'5", and I
Hmm.
don't see a lot of b-boys. I think having a lower center of gravity is a benefit in a dance style like ours, but I still get praised to this day for having long limbs and really, I think hip hop is about long lines and sharp lines too.
Hashtag tall b-boys. Yeah.
Hashtag tall b-boys. Hashtag tall b-boys around the world. You know what I'm saying? But I'm all over the place. The point is, I didn't get my footage. I asked someone to come film me. That was the origin of Yak Films filming dance competitions, and that's what helped us to travel around the world, which is why I was able to change my background every week. I was traveling to different dance competitions, specifically
Hmm.
b-boy, and then bigger than that after that. So that's
But
the origin
but
story of
this
Yak
was
Films.
all you paid everything out of your own pocket.
Either we paid out of our own pocket, like when we went to the Red Bull BC one in Brazil, um, or when we went to the BC one in Moscow. But there were times when dance event organizers, sometimes even with sponsorships, but sometimes out of pocket, considered us not to be a film team, but an invited artist to come along to live amongst the dancers in the same hotel room.
Hmm.
'Cause they take over whole floors in the same floor of hotels, to see how they practice, what some of their best moves are, so that when it comes time for them to compete, we film it better. And we always, of our own inspiration, would take dancers aside and film videos in the streets because a stage is a stage, but we're traveling the world. We should show off the world and kind of make our like, I don't know, bring dancers outside of a stage and onto the streets, back to
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
streets.
Hmm. What
So
do you think?
dance event organizers flew us is the answer to that.
What are the first couple of videos that went kind of viral or made the channel grow bigger?
That's an easy one. Yak Films did not begin filming breakdance competitions, b-boy events. It began filming turf dance competitions at
Hmm.
this youth center that I'm mentioning before. It's called Youth Uprising Community Center in East Oakland, California. Now, I said this before, but I don't speak for the whole black community. I'm gonna be clear, but the black people around me had moved on from funk music, moved on from breaking foundation, to new style hip hop, and then to, in California, they had a whole genre of dance vocabulary called turfing. They had certain dance moves from certain blocks in Oakland. And this was a culture shock to me, I still competed and still even became a part of a dance crew called the Turf Fiends as a b-boy. But I always humbled myself in saying that a lot of the turfing I learned was from the Turf Fiends, Chunky, E Ninja, Gary On. A lot of these dancers are actually performing with Kendrick Lamar right now. If y'all are watching the Super Bowl, if y'all watch, and so that was one of the first things that went viral on our page. It was this dance video
Okay, okay, okay.
called "Rest in Peace, Rich D." It was about
Mhm.
uh, um, a dancer commemorating and honoring his brother who had lost his life uh, um, in a car crash on that block the day before.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and really just turf dance videos in general. Over
Mhm.
150 or something we had before
Mhm.
we started filming my dance
Mhm.
competitions and then breaking events in
How
general.
would you describe the style of turfing? Well,
It's
for
a
me,
standing
I
style.
don't know what it is, right? So,
Yeah, it's a standing style akin to like a puppet with its strings cut loose. Like it's very like bouncy. There's a lot of like gliding techniques in it. There's a lot of setups and comedic timing to it. Um, there's even flexibility in the upper body incorporated now. Uh, to put it in words is kind of hard, but
okay, okay.
a lot of
You
the
need
earlier videos,
you need to
if you go
watch
back
it,
to
right?
2000, yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially because each dancer of turf, and once they incorporate the basics, already we're going into their unique flavor of it.
Mhm.
So, like, I can give you champions of it, and that those are people you could look into. But if you look at the style Kendrick Lamar does now, like that's Bay Area gigging, like the bounce and stuff with it is kind of like the foundation of it. It's not like a rock like we do in breaking.
Mhm.
It's a different style.
Mhm.
It's a and it's meant to. It started in outdoor street shows called side shows where people would pull up with their cars, be in the music at parking lots, and people would just dance to the music coming out of their cars to the parking lots. And some people
Amazing.
taking ecstasy or not, like it's a whole other conversation. But so
That's
Thizzle
so
Dance
nice.
and Mac Dre, the Bay Area has
Mhm.
a whole
Yeah,
rabbit hole.
Bay Area has a rich
Yes,
history in
but
dance in general, right?
yes, but Yak is three-part viral, and it was all at the same time. I just
Mhm.
mentioned turf dancing, which is an acronym. It means taking up room on the floor, but it's supposed to be party dances that get girls entertained and kind of make everyone start bouncing and doing things similar to each other. You could call it akin to a dance hall vibe in the unity part, not the foundation of the moves or the music. The second thing that happened for Yak is us traveling to these breaking events. A lot of people were still buying DVDs of Battle of the Year at the time. And Thomas from Battle of the Year, shout out to him because he actually ended up hosting a show for us on Yak Films at one point, the Yak Like You Know show. He at first had an issue with us releasing that one-on-one footage for free to everyone just on YouTube. But then he realized that it was bringing a lot more attention to the final event on the main stage on the main day. And I think it might have supported DVD sales as well. I don't know too much about that. But the next year, he immediately asked us to come back. It was their first time going from Germany after 20 years, I think it was the 20th anniversary, to France for the first time, where they had Salah as a co-host. But anyways, so in France, they had it in a church. We filmed that one. That's got 15 million views alone on Yak Films, and I think that's one of my proudest works because I was always trying to edit the dancers how to music that I was enjoying, and I wanted to show the breaking community a new style of music whenever I could, or a new
Mhm.
style of dance, which we eventually evolved into. So
Mhm.
breaking
Mhm.
events,
Mhm.
travel and breaking
Mhm.
events, turf dancing videos, and then finally is I would say the twins alone, the two brothers from France, from Sarcelles. They had just gotten off a tour, being on TV with France's Got Talent, and then I think it was a dance tour in Russia. And I mean, their catalog is a whole life story in itself. But we ended up interacting with them in France at first. We were out there, I believe, filming. I don't get me lying. I want to say Juste Debout or something. But while we were out, no, excuse me, or Shell Battle Pro or something at the time,
Mhm.
and we heard about these standing dancers that were kind of popular and had good musicality. We ended up recording a video with them at like 3 in the morning without music. So we edited to songs of our choice, and it went viral on our page. And we ended up inviting them to California. We shot a lot of
Ah,
videos in San Diego.
okay,
That's
nice,
like
nice,
2010. Yeah, I got to do a
nice.
photo shoot with them. They performed for World of Dance, and that blew them up like to a whole
Hmm.
nother level.
Hmm.
So shout out to them. Shout out to the
Hmm.
Turfing community, the
Hmm.
Bay Area gigging community, and shout out
Hmm.
to the breaking events that we travel to. Because
Hmm.
once Battle of the Year, once we film that, every other event asks us to come as an
Yeah,
invite.
yeah.
Floor Wars. I mean, the list goes on. R6,
Hmm.
it goes on.
That was very important in your life to tell your brother, "Hey, let's go to this free event and film there." Yeah,
For
that
real.
that changed everything. And to finish up the YouTube call really quickly for the battles, quickly I want to talk about the 2012 final, right? Massive Monkeys versus Jinjo, because this is your most viewed video you put out till today, 99 million views. So, um, what do you think? Why is this your most viewed video?
Uh, I can say a lot of things, and maybe not even just about the dancing, because that's, more than enough. I think a lot of people were excited to see Massive Monkeys come back as a crew.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, you could say that they never left. Like they have the Massive Monkeys event now in Washington, so shout out to that. But to me, like I had kind of grown up with like the Out for Fame DVDs and like I said, how to breakdance DVDs. When you really had only a couple of things to watch, like they were kind of like a mainstay, at least
Lords
for
of
us
the
as Americans.
Floor.
Yeah, they had troll, combos sometimes, and they had the whole the homo
Ah,
routine. They had some crazy
where they
stuff,
kiss and stuff.
yeah, they do a lot of stuff. They did a lot of, they had comedy and they didn't take themselves too seriously, so they stood out to me.
Hmm.
Not necessarily a style that I would
Hmm.
embody or uphold, but you can't forget it. And I mean, they had Twix, they had legendary like 3-on-3 competition. I don't have to belabor the point for those who already know, they know. But
Yes.
so I think Massive Monkeys just being in the title is powerful.
Hmm.
And we at the time started pivoting why we would film live events and is it just to post literally everything that happens? Is it to just post all the prelims? Like, are we just event coverage, or are we still artists who kind of pick and choose like moments that feel like we stand out to us and that we should post online like ASAP? And so, Massive Monkeys, that was an example of that. I want to shout out some other battles that are less seen, but we
Hmm.
kind of did the same thing, and I feel like we're powerful in the same way. Again, filming competitions, you can post all top 16, top 8, the finals, so people can watch it beginning to end. But we started posting, here's what we thought is the dopest battle of the night. Sometimes it would be a semifinal as just debut, right? If we could just transition into standing dance a little bit
Hmm.
outside of just the breaking community. The twins battle against Little O
Oh yeah,
and
oh
Tiger King,
legendary,
right?
legendary.
2011. Now, that was a semifinal. It wasn't the final. You got to post the finals because those are the best dancers on the planet. You got to see what happens in the final. But that video went viral to the point that the next year, Just Boo had like no cameras allowed. Like they were taking them at the thousands of them, bro. I had never seen that many cameras stacked. I thought it was like a camera store, bro. And I still had mine round neck. And I'm telling you, they stopped me 4 or 5 times. They were grabbing me, and I had to show them my wristband. I was like, "Get off me, bro! You asked me to film this, all right? You asked me to film this."
I
And
bring the views, motherfucker.
for real, like I'm here for the dancers, bro. If the dancers tell me not to record them, but otherwise get off me.
Yeah.
And I was getting paid to, so that's a whole other, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But security was tight. And so, but guess what? The host of Just Debut, the organizer of Just Debut, Brucey Kanji, for the first time after 10 years, he stepped down with the microphone to battle in the first round. And although it was a tiebreaker, it was a crazy tiebreaker, and then
Yeah.
he still lost, like by split decision. We posted the first round battle, which is the only one you're allowed to post, and that still went viral.
Yeah.
So to
When
us, it was
when he
about the
catches the
moment.
beat with the moonwalk, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, he did
Yeah.
Kai. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was sitting right there. I was like, oh. And we went backstage during the Wi-Fi. We let the whole rest of the event go. We were like, y'all can film it. You're gonna make your highlights or whatever. I think they had a sponsorship with France's MTV, which is I forget the name. What's some different channels in France? Not
I don't
Art
know
to
about
TV,
French television, unfortunately.
television, bro. They had an
FTV.
exclusivity or something like that. Yeah, they had exclusivity or whatever now. I think they still do, but you could still post the first round of the competition, just not the semis and
Yes.
finals. And so I thought that was an epic first round, and so we spent our time being promotion to that. And I think that's much more powerful long term to an event, to the dancers, than posting everything that
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
and you know what I'm saying, like. Especially
Because
over.
most of the time the final is not the best battle of the night. It's like that, you know?
Yeah. And I think a lot of people were coming back to YouTube looking for like good dance content. You know, when dance movies come out, it's always a resurgence of hits to our page, I feel like, because people are like, let me just see raw, actual dope dancing without the Hollywood editing or the love story in between, you know, the fluff and stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, hopefully, you know, eventually that can be something I can help with because I think not just Hollywood, the movie industry could use a lot of help with authentically telling dancer stories because
Mhm.
that's what me and you have practiced doing for the last, you know, 10, 15,
Yes, 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 yes,
18 years.
definitely. So when I say to you, this is a direct quote from you.
99 million.
Set impossible as your foundation. So this is a quote from you. I watched it today. Amazing. Shout outs to you, brother. You did a TED talk and the Terra dance at the beginning. You explained also a little bit about your story, about also you mentioned the video with the Turf dancer, which his brother passed, and the origin of that. A video you must watch it. You must watch it. And at the end, you have also Excessive Warriors. If I'm not, what was the name of the clip you showed at the end at the TED talk? It's like
Was
little
it a little bit?
zoo. It's Daisy. They're in the different cities.
Exquisite zombies. Yeah.
Exquisite exclusive warriors,
Yeah, yeah.
exquisite zombies.
Exquisite
So,
zombies.
I want to talk to you
That's a
about
dope
this.
story.
So, how
Okay.
do you end up having a TED Talk?
Um, so that full story is when I was 18, I was in a youth performance company in California. It was all about telling our own true stories, dealing with poverty or you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to talk about. A lady who was doing her college like masters or something on youth and how they express themselves. Later went on to work for Adobe, which makes Photoshop,
Yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
makes Adobe, and Adobe had a nonprofit sector called Project 13 to 24-year-olds because they were trying to move creative artists who already have great ideas, who are youth, to open their minds up to the digital art space, like not just using paper for drawing, but using digital paint and you know what I'm saying, like, and so they had a lot of different apps and programs for it, but they came to us and asked for us to create an artistic video that could involve animation from youth. So that became a dance video called The Exquisite Zombie. Now, the Exquisite Zombie concept existed before Yak. It's the idea that, say, I write a story, I tell the story and I leave space on the paper and I leave it to someone else. They then write their story and continue it to the next person. You can see that there's time hidden within that story, right? Beyond one person's lifespan. That's an exquisite zombie. Or you can imagine it with a statue. If I work on a piece of artwork and then my son does, and then my son's son does, they keep chiseling it. When is the art really finished? It's kind of the generations of work that go into it. So how that fits in with the dance video, we let different dance moves be the link between different dancers around the world. And like I said, in part two for Adobe, we had rotoscope animation, which was drawing how you view the dancer on top of it. There was a video with B-Girl Tara. There was a video with Tight Eyes, one of the creators of Crump, the two creators, with B-Boy Nagin Fabiano, and many more, bro. If you guys check the videos, it made a lot of views as well. But anyway, so that long story short is uh, um, TED, TEDx Teen, which is all about inspiring the teenage generation, saw that Adobe video and asked for Yak to come to London to speak on behalf of why it is important that we make our videos and why did we do this collaboration with Adobe.
Wow.
But
Shout outs
we're
to
not supposed
them,
to,
man.
you know, it's not supposed to be a commercial. It's actually a lecture. So that's where I was able to work it into. First of all, let's just have B Girl Tara demonstrated on stage because she's from the UK. Like I'm coming to London, let's have a UK, and she's in the video. You know what I mean? And they were using our music as the introduction for everyone to come on stage. So it was always our beat playing. So then finally, you heard that intro music, and a dancer was on stage, and it was like, whoa! Like, and it works with the music. She was on beat the whole time. Her dad is a serious coach and takes every performance she does very seriously. Uh, um, and she still has an amazing career through social
Mhm,
media to this day. Like, so
mhm.
shout out to B Girl
But
Tara.
did
And I
what
spoke.
did you speak first time publicly like that?
No, I had done so many interviews, and even
Okay, okay.
before
Because I
Yak.
think you did such a great job, really. How you talked, how you explained, you were so authentic. At the end with Tara, what you said to her, when you looked at her, what you said, it's just beautiful. It's perfect. So nice.
Yeah, and she's no joke. Like, and she's like I said, still dancing to this day. Still innovating to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the actual lecture is about why it's important to film dance outdoors,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I talked about you can commemorate a moment, a location for people who have fallen friends, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't want to walk past that block because that's where they would have to walk past their friend's house, you know. But a
Mm-hmm.
dance video makes it kind of cleanses the energy of the space.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Grant, unfortunately wasn't a dancer, but he went viral because people filming with their cell phones recorded that he was handcuffed while face down, and the police mistaked his taser for a gun and killed him, right? And so we made a dance video at that train station where everyone saw that video that went viral to show dance can cleanse a space. When you're thinking about that train station, you could think about our dance video now, but we still sampled the original audio and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And for a while, it was an issue even with me and my team internally about being able to post that on Yak Films because of how it might be interpreted. But I was 100% uh, uh, um, gung ho. I was 100% comfortable with posting a video that spoke about us cleansing a space
Mm-hmm.
of police brutality.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, why film outdoors? Because locations themselves can be removed. I don't know if you've gotten to speak to serious issues. I know it's a dance show, but things like gentrification. There was a location called Five Points, a famous
Yeah,
train.
I'm so sad. I never got to see it. I never got to see it.
Bro, the first time I saw it was from a train in New York because I had moved to New York from California in 2011 because we were traveling to Europe to film competition after competition, and traveling from California was 13 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I moved to New York, the first thing I did was try to honor the traditions of the locals here by looking up what dance styles are not only who are the best breakers here and how to showcase them, but also what are the modern dance styles of flexing
Mm-hmm.
from Brooklyn or light feet from Harlem, just to ensure myself that dance is reminded that it's two part. It's honoring the origins and the traditions we've created, but also um, living in inspiration and innovation, and sometimes with new styles of music, which bring new movements to your body and to new styles of dance. So yeah, I started filming more standing styles here in New York, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Oh, I'm sorry, but yeah,
I love the one
TED Talk.
story also. I love also the one story you told about the Russian guy uh, who the comments was full of just talking about him
Oh,
because he just kept on stopping and watching again.
yeah.
That's really nice. That's really nice.
There's
But
many stories like
but
that.
also, of course, on the other side, then like in South Korea, there is some negative. And nowadays, to be honest,
Yeah.
because nowadays everybody films themselves with all these unoriginal TikTok dances and everything, and it's not art anymore. Like you're not filming this to represent you. You're just filming yourself to get attention, to get likes, to get this, to get that. You know what I mean? So you're just exploiting for nothing. For what? For fast likes, for fast comments, and at the end, because there is so many non-dancers, the non-dancers have a community, and then they represent dancers, and nah, no, sorry.
No, I mean the whole social media age. I'm very happy that people have opportunities to film themselves now with
Hmm.
the cell phone in their hand, or sometimes just a cheap budget camera. And a lot of people have been inspired by Yak and created their own shows, their own film companies to film dance or film whatever they're interested in, be it juggling or whatever.
Hmm.
And people have given us a lot of shout outs throughout the years, so I really appreciate.
Hmm.
And I've met dancers who like they said they were watching us since middle school and stuff like that,
Hmm.
like, and now they're competing
I
themselves
mean,
as
I
well.
mean, bro, I watch you since almost 15 years or something, 16 years, so.
We were never trying to go viral or anything like that. We wanted to be, I want to post things where I think I want to share it with someone and I want them to
Mhm.
see it. It's not
Mhm.
like a job where I have to film it because you did it. Like
Mhm.
there's people who do that now. People were filming from behind their iPads. It started to get crazy to me. I would look around and I'd be like, I mean, I'm still trying to do a job here to actually help people. And that's where I think we really excelled in our editing as well. Because as a dancer myself, I consider myself a b-boy. As a
Mhm.
b-boy, the way that I approach music is the same way I would approach editing. And I always wanted to showcase dancers in their best light, especially b-boys.
Mhm.
Slow down the moments where someone does a thread because
Mhm.
people miss that
Yeah.
sometimes. Even b-boys miss it. We
Mhm.
miss footwork threads. We miss
Mhm.
footwork technique or
Mhm.
pattern sometimes.
Mhm.
It happens too quick. They do it on each side and then they leave it,
Mhm.
and it would be redundant to stick in it too long, especially in a battle. You got to keep
Mhm.
it moving.
Mhm.
But I really want people who aren't dancers. That was my goal, is to bring people who aren't dancers into our community to appreciate it, to want to learn who the champions are, and eventually to get off this screen and go to a physical event. Like, so
Mhm.
shout out to you for hosting physical events. That's
Mhm.
that's a kind of evolution that I had as well. I got to
Mhm.
host a show and then host
That
it
this
in
is also
person.
the beautiful thing about our culture, right? You can go into all elements. And because
Word up,
you love the culture, you feel everywhere comfortable if you do it long enough. You know what I mean?
word up, word up.
That
We got to
yeah.
host a dance competition in Oakland called
Hmm.
Yak to the Bay. Like
Nice.
coming back to the Bay is Yak to the Bay. We
Hmm.
got to bring dancers from all over the world to be judges for our competition, and we were hosting it right. I hosted it right in front of Oakland City Hall. This is the same city where the Black Panther Party for self-defense comes from, where the
Hmm.
Fox Theater is, and like I said, where Oscar Grant happened at.
Hmm.
So it was a real honor to
I think
be
I
the
think
host
if
for that.
you I think if you are a b-boy or b-girl, you are anything you do in the breaking culture, you can be very good in it because you understand what the b-boy wants to listen to, what he wants to hear
Right,
from the MC, what you have to look out when you judge. You know what I mean? Of course, you
right.
can't say the best judge is the best b-boy. That's another discussion. You know what I mean? But if you want to have a good foundation, let's say that, start with what someone from the scene. You know what I mean?
Word up. I
Um,
like B-Boy Tim's music. You're right, and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. He was also on our DPC Jam soundtrack. Very nice. Very
Word
nice.
up.
So around this time, we talk 9, 10, 11, 12, so on and so forth. Uh, I don't think there was many people that did stuff like you, right? Strive TV also came after a while, right? This is
Strife existed before us. I was definitely
right.
inspired by watching their videos.
Was
They
Strive
used to just do shit.
2007?
I can't tell you a year, but I definitely remember watching them as I was posting. I mean, at least in the breaking community.
You know
Like
what?
I was filming turfing videos out on the streets. I was popping. I would do some breaking moves, but it was concrete and stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
not that's
yeah.
an excuse. I started to learn to move more on concrete myself, but our first 100 and something videos were all turfing and events, like going to events. Now, Strife TV, I feel like they already had 4 people on their team, and I think they were all involved in breaking, and they were posting
Whoa.
stuff before me,
Uh,
definitely. And they also were posting people's names before me. Like I still was just watching a crew versus crew title. They would have the little name show
mm.
up and go away.
Yeah, they had
Um,
different camera angles. That was so nice. A battle with three
yeah,
different camera angles.
yeah. But
So
as
check
far
this out.
as
28th of August 2008.
after us, wow. I mean, we started, like I said, we started Yak Films, not necessarily because of that breaking
Yes,
battle
yes,
where
yes,
I
yes,
was
yes, yes,
upset.
yes.
It was
Yes, yes.
because we were filming turfing events at that youth center.
Yes, yes,
And I
yes.
can show you that YouTube channel. I don't know if it's worth pulling it up. It's called YU Media LP, which means Youth Uprising, Media Literacy and Production. You can see where I'm doing like little acting skits, like where I'm like 17, 18 years old. It was an early photography channel.
YMTFM?
No, no, YU. Let me see. Should I put it in the chat?
Put in the chat, put in the chat. Let me look it up.
YU Media LP. Now, this was a YouTube channel that Uram started really from a class that he was teaching about understanding media, which is literacy, and then producing it yourself. Some of
Oh,
the
I can't
earliest
find it.
videos was, can't find it?
Mm.
I don't know if it's, I mean, it should still be there, but that was like 2006, 2005.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
so we were looking at turfing battles, and we were seeing everyone get hype and stuff. They was
Mhm,
getting hyphy is what it's called. They was
mhm,
gigging. They
mhm,
was battling each other, and we saw a lot of early champions of the turf dance world. And I was the one breaker who was like, "Well, I can do windmills, and I have like creative transitions and freezes and stuff." But like,
Mhm.
and that's why they kind of like gravitated towards me as like a secret weapon
Mhm.
in the turfing world. You know, like, oh,
Mhm.
we're gonna throw this breaker out there.
Mhm.
But as far as like what Yak Films was filming for the first, let's say, 100 days, the first 100 videos, like
Mhm.
we partnered with the Oakland Museum of Art
Oh,
of
nice.
California. Yeah, and that was a mural that we created on a wall based on photos. Each photo was in full quality and it attached to the next one. And then there's a video in the center, and that was the dance video of turf dancing. And that
Nice.
was portrayed for 3 months in the Oakland Museum of Art.
Nice.
We went there for their opening night, and they had a whole theater just wide open. And they were like, Cash, we know that you host and stuff. If you'd like to, you can host a dance battle. And that became sponsored by the newspaper, the East Bay Express. We
Nice.
threw it in Jack London Square, which is like a popular area in downtown Oakland, and
Mhm.
eventually at Oakland City Hall. But
Nice.
um, but yeah, our first videos were turfing straight
Mhm.
up, and
Mhm.
then I said, "Why aren't we filming breaking?" I like that Strife does it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Shout out to Strife. I mean, shout out to Steel to Oof. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like
Bebo
it's like
World.
crazy.
Bebo World were the first for me.
B-Boy World,
Yeah.
right? Dot
But they
com. I
were
remember
not
dot com.
physically, I mean, but they were not physically filming there, right? So what I wanted to ask is, who do you think, or when did it start that more and more people did the things that you did for battles? When did you saw, and who do you, can you mention some other people who started doing it?
I mean, yeah, definitely B-Boy World. Definitely Steel to Oof. And I saw a couple of people in Stripe that were filming, but they weren't, I mean, in my opinion, they weren't going outside to film like a dance video on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that kind of brought like a whole other element to our dance world, which is
Mm-hmm.
travel to this location with me. Like you don't just see in the title that they're in France. Like you can see the Eiffel Tower. You can see, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And forget the Eiffel Tower. Like let's see where we really were kept at and like what that environment feels like. You know, are we
Mm-hmm.
kept in the hood? Like let's see what the hood looks like and dance
Mm-hmm.
video there. I'm telling you, there's some dance competitions I went to.
Mm-hmm.
I was paid, flown, housed to film a 5-on-5 competition in Germany one time. I came outside for some air because it was crowded inside, and there was a dancer outside that I had spoken about in my show. I'm like, why aren't you inside battling? And he was like, although I came from Holland to Germany to compete in this competition, they said that they're over capacity because of like a fire warning. So he couldn't even come in to battle. And I thought that was so outrageous. I was like, let's shoot a dance video right here in Dusseldorf, Germany. And to be honest, to this day, the recap that I made for the event has less views than that solo dance video with the
And
dancer
it
who
was
couldn't get
not
in,
even in the competition.
who wasn't in the competition.
That's
Who wasn't
crazy.
so there's stories like that that I feel like are the ones that make me smile for Yak Films is where we get to have the dancer express themselves while traveling the world because
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit bigger than that one event that they're there for.
Mm-hmm.
And you know whether they win a prize or not. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've filmed with dancers who didn't pass prelims. I
Mm-hmm.
kind of have come to see myself more of a talent scout than an event
Mm, okay, okay,
coverage,
okay, okay, okay,
an
okay.
event cameraman, and
Mm-hmm.
I would consider myself an elite editor, but that's because I think that as a dancer, I consider
Mm-hmm.
myself
Mm-hmm.
elite
So,
musically.
so over the years and the evolution, we already said 18 years anniversary, right? So how would you describe nowadays the channel? What do you film? Where do you go? Who do you show? I mean, you said now you're more like a talent scout, right? But what can people expect when they tune on into the Yak videos?
I have to shout out a lot of the French b-boys who I didn't realize that they were, and also b-boy Storm, who I didn't realize were inspiring me at the time, but they had already moved from, and this is also a shout out to the Massive Monkeys video in a way because um, routines, choreography, theater, like Battle of the Year is really big because of that. That's kind of what I felt like the evolution of my life became once there was kind of like the global shutdown and travel wasn't as possible. It became like how important is it to just perform for people in your area, you know? And so I was lucky enough to pivot right before the Olympics to telling stories about dancers who've been harassed or arrested by the police on trains performing in New York City. They got to do a theater show that ended up premiering at the Guggenheim Museum. It also premiered at the Lincoln Center, an early showing. And now they're open for bookings and performing worldwide. Not just that show, I also started hooking up with beatboxers. I'd kind of forgotten that they were an element of hip hop. I don't know if a lot of people still think of them as it is not, I mean, we have producers, we have MCs. They're
Uh,
kind of a blend between
Hip
the
hop
two.
has more than four elements.
Man, I mean, yeah, especially if the fifth element is knowledge.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're kind of they're an MC, but they're also a producer. They walk around with music in their head. I've met world champion beatboxers who don't even listen to hip hop music. They straight listen to beatbox. And I don't even know what that does for your psyche. I know a lot of b-boys can answer the same way. Like they only watch breaking. Like they don't even know about other dance styles. So I had to open my mind. I had to. If you look at our most viewed video on Yak Films, it's actually some young kids dancing, hitting the nay nay, and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
whip,
the Salento, how is it called? Watch Me
silent.
Whip. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who we shouldn't talk about him,
That's on
but
the main channel. That's on the main channel,
yeah,
the
yeah,
most
yeah, yeah,
viewed
yeah,
video.
yeah. And 360, 70 million
Hmm.
views and a million subscribers, the two pages, all the social media. But that video, and maybe it's because people, when they see a kid do it, they think it's easy enough that anyone can try. It makes them want to get up. Maybe it's because they were showing it to their children and inspired children to be like, I'm going to be like that kid. Um, uh, um, I don't know why it went viral like it did, but it made me think like, why am I dancing? Is it really to show off what crazy ideas I have, or is it to inspire others to be creative and express themselves as well? And so I think the pivot that Yak took was not just filming with the best dancers per
Hmm.
se, going for like what stands out to me, but more like who's in my area and what inspiration do I get from them and what
Okay, I see.
inspiration do I get from the environment around me.
Hmm.
And so, like I said, theater shows, I've done more commercial work just to just have major checks so I can travel when I want to.
Also pay the bills,
Jordan,
right?
yeah, Jordan, Weber Grills. I've worked with a chef for a couple years, and like I said, theater shows. And so, shout out to the B-boy. Shout out to from France. Shout out to Storm, who I watched his one-man show where he tells his life story through dance.
He has so many
Shout out
great,
to his
crazy one-man
performance.
shows. Crazy
Yeah,
shows,
so
one-man shows.
and filming theater shows, it's not necessarily my passion, but I definitely have seen the dance world start to pivot towards theater, and I've seen the theater world, which is very lucrative,
Hmm.
start to support the dance world more, even here in New York. So I'd like to help make those connections happen more.
Hmm.
The high art world, think of it like this: people used to buy $1 million paintings. I consider every dancer I've worked with $1 million painting. And the Guggenheim Museum and other museums are starting to appreciate moving art, not just the art that stands on the wall, but ones
Hmm.
that exist within someone's conscious and can only exist within their lifespan. So it sounds crazy, but that's what the evolution is for Yak now. Is not
Nice.
just event coverage anymore. We travel as an artist to an event to
Hmm.
get a feel for who's around it and how we can help promote the vibe you would get if you come to the event. But
Hmm.
still, shout out to the camera teams that film everything in full and capture it.
Hmm. That's very nice. That's very nice to see and everything, right? You already mentioned it quickly. The Corona time came, right? And after it changed a lot in the world, right? And everywhere, also in the hip hop culture. For one, we had the Olympics. I want to ask you also for the Olympics, your
Let's talk
opinion,
about
right? Because
that.
it's a big topic in our culture, right? And but what I first want to talk to you about the evolution, I think, since Corona got even crazier with the I know everything needs to evolve, right? Because everything needs to evolve. Let's say it like that, right? But some things need to stay the same, I think, in my opinion. For example, when I see, I think it's just what I feel. Maybe it's not like that, but I feel like the people, the new generation that I see, is like I don't think that they like rap music. I don't think they like funk music. I don't think they like our fashion. I don't think they like our sneakers. I don't think they like the way we talk. I don't think they know what the battle is. I don't know if they know what the cipher is. What that you cannot do this to everybody or go into the face of everybody without getting consequences. And it's just it's just crazy times, crazy times. And you think you see the same what I see?
I do. I'll even add to it. Like, there's times when people kind of step over the line with how they make burns, where I think it kind of can like lead into things that are like, political. And I'm like, you shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like that's something like it makes me uncomfortable to be filming it because I feel like I'm helping with the misuse of the culture. I got to shout out breaking and really hip hop in general. It is a rebellion culture, so it's meant to speak against the mainstream, against police brutality, against capitalism in a lot of ways, and break down all these borders and boundaries that we have amongst each other as humans, and just get to music, right? But at the same time, there are people who I feel like even during that global breakdown, the things that they were posting about the black community made me feel about a different way about their dancing.
Okay.
And they can like our sneakers, but not care about what our issues are in politics. That's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was at a dance event in Holland. They were talking about how much they love Black American culture, about how much they love the music. Trayvon Martin had just been killed, and they knew nothing about it. And I don't expect everyone to, but it's just a moment of silence would have happened if it was a Crump event. A moment of silence would have happened if it was a Light Feet event. If it was dance styles that continue to evolve and keep up with modern day. There was even a Crumper went viral for crumping in front of the police line. Like I just appreciate more how the standing dance community tends to weaponize hip hop for good political views, while
Mm,
some
okay.
breakers, to me, like they're amazing talents when it comes to gymnastics, and uh, um, they're the ones who have the passports, so they're able to travel, or they're the ones who get the most international recognition. So that gives them name recognition as well, and they get to travel the world. I'm not taking away from anyone. I'm just saying some of these same dancers I had an issue with in politics, and I didn't know where I should stand when everything that they love, you know what I'm saying, that they are and that they move through comes through a culture that they're not keeping up with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I mean, we could talk about Nasty Ray not wearing shoes; he's wearing flip flops. Like and that's disrespecting the OGs. You know
That
what I'm
was
saying?
that was crazy. That
I
was
mean, they created a whole contest, right, where you try to keep the flip flops on.
yeah, yeah, the
You know what I'm saying?
Chinelo Battle do Chinelo.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I mean,
Battle
I
do
went to
Chinelo.
Brazil, like I said, on my own dime. We were on the streets and I saw people didn't have no shoes. And I saw people who were breaking in flip-flops, and I was like, that's y'all's thing, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all at the beach, it's like right here near the sand. So them
Mhm.
trying to bring that into b-boying, I was like, this is something I can smile and consider it cultural
Yeah,
appreciation.
yeah,
But some people were like, nah, man,
yeah,
nah, like he don't
yeah.
look
That
serious.
that was but it's crazy. It's nasty race. So you expect
Oh,
shit
nasty
like that
Ray.
from him. I love his what grinds my gears episode with Strive TV. This is such a legendary video. Why do
Yes,
B
Stripe,
girls?
that's what I'm saying.
Why do B girls always do bridges?
Yeah, shout out to Stripe. I mean, yeah, so that's a whole lot, and we don't really get to have these conversations. It's always about, who can do more air chair hops or like spins, you know what I'm saying, or who
I
who
mean,
glides across the
that's
floor.
also I think in my opinion, that's also like a point that nobody also like really to talk about when because you go like out of the culture, right? And you go more into politics, right? And uh in my feeling, I always think that hip hop should not be political. You know what I mean? Should be like what I mean with that is I don't judge you because you believe in this or you believe in that. In this moment, we are here for the dance, for the culture to exchange, and I don't care who you believe in. So I see it in that point. Would you say that hip hop is political?
Dang. I think that hip hop's origins is to weaponize your voice, your body, to speak for people around you, to speak to your environment, and to fight back. Like it's meant to fight back. So I think, yeah, you can fight back politically. Like shout out to B-Boy Lilu, who wears a shirt that says "I'm Muslim, don't
Yeah.
panic."
Wow.
Like that to me was political, but that's a B-boy. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it's funny, and it's a fu. like at the same time, like to anyone who's scared of him, but like he's gonna be himself. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I remember I was at the BC One of Champions in Korea in 2013, and Gravity comes on stage, and I'm like, this is about to be an amazing dancer because I know he can double backflip and all type of stuff. And he takes off his shirt, giant Monster Energy logo, and I was like, that's political at a Red Bull event. It doesn't do anything to me, but
Mm-hmm.
I understand that people use hip hop for controversy to
Mm-hmm.
speak in a place where you can't be judged, just appreciate it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there are sometimes where I'll do it, sometimes I wouldn't. There used to be times where Brahim and Lilu used to wipe their like butt with another country's flag and throw it at
Yeah,
me.
yeah, with the Korean
You know,
flag,
so
yeah.
yeah, and even cocking, like there were people who I was showing the Olympics to, trying to be like, look at how great breaking is. You know, look at Victor, look at Danny Dan, look at you know what I'm saying, and they were stuck with well, Victor standing there too long is kind of making him look cocky, and I was like, what? Or him being like patting his chest is like too arrogant, and I'm like, man, like he's just that's confidence, he's sure of himself. So
Mm-hmm.
I think there are cultural disconnects that we can agree between a mainstream audience and the
Mm-hmm.
breaking culture. But
Mm-hmm.
on the flip side, I want to blur those lines a little bit because I feel like there's a huger audience other than just the breaking community that we should be bringing into our world,
Mm-hmm.
and we can do so when we listen to other styles of music, or when
Mm-hmm.
we dress in a different way, or when we um, culture clash. That's the point,
Mm-hmm.
culture clash.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
do want to appreciate it, and people have political views. To tell somebody not to have an opinion ain't hip hop. But you can criticize it. That is hip hop. I don't know if people have ever talked about the Apollo Theater, but it's a part of the black community to get rid of something if it's whack, or to tell somebody that they got to go back to the drawing board. Like we have a check and balance system. That's why we have show and prove. That's why we have judge demos. That's why we got each one teach one. I see you got it behind you. I do want to shout out the each one teach one traces back to slavery in America, by the way, enslavement of Black Americans. That's because there were no colleges or universities, but you still had to know certain things, or you
Oh
would
my
not be useful anymore.
God.
Yeah, read the
Wow.
Wikipedia on it as well. Each one, teach one. Back to
Wow,
slavery.
that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
But so I'm saying hip hop is political. It
Mm-hmm.
is meant to show the value of a black body, of a
Mm-hmm.
human body, of, like I said, philosophy of how you can move your body. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate so many different breakers. I can't wait until we get to the part about who's
Yeah.
your favorite, this and that. Some people would be like, no, I'm my favorite. How can you be? My existence is based off a collection of connections between a lot of different people, whether they knew it or not. In the same way I've inspired a lot of people at the same time, you
Mhm,
know?
mhm,
So I think hip hop is political, and I think it
mhm.
can be used incorrectly politically. Not for me to say. It's that's
Mhm.
subjective, just like artists
Well,
are.
I
But
just bring up this topic because I experienced it in the recent months, and also negatively because I was also at an event, and I don't want to say the name or anything now. I just want to talk about the event, my experience, and I didn't feel comfortable when I looked at the people there, how they behave, how they dress. The music was not really mine. No disrespect at all. Do whatever you like. As long as you respect me, it's okay. But the antics in the battles, I didn't like. You know, I just want to give a quick example. Like the MC said in the battle, no disrespect, no hand gestures, no this, no that, no blah blah blah. Right? So, okay, if you want this in a battle, it's your event. I accept it. I will do that, right? But the first thing our opponents do is disrespect us. You know what I mean? And I know if I no no not disrespect, but like I mentioned in the beginning, like the hands in the face and everything, you know. But I knew because I didn't feel comfortable at the event. I can do anything about it. You know, if I would have give the consequence to the opponent like I usually would do if you throw your hands in my face, then I would stand there negatively. You know what I mean? So
get a red card.
so I didn't do anything. I didn't even watch the opponent, you know. So, but there was also I carried this with me like a couple of days, you know, because I didn't feel comfortable dancing, and I love dancing. I'm a b-boy forever, and first time I felt not comfortable, you know. But I want to say this was one event. I don't want to say all the events are now like this, you know. But people. need to learn. Hey, you cannot throw hand things and everything, especially when the MC says before, "Hey, please, no this, that, blah blah blah." You know?
No, when I was at the Youth Olympics in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and that was
Hmm.
another one where we flew ourselves out with our own money.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, yeah, because the Youth Olympics as well as the Olympics, they work with like a television channel and stuff to film it all. I don't know if you watched the videos. I didn't really see where they were posted at, but I definitely wanted to go to watch for myself this history happen because it was leading to the Olympics. And this is in 2018, I believe.
In
And I
Argentina, right?
remember yeah, yeah. I remember Thomas had to argue with people even the day of to allow dancers to be able to sit on the floor right behind their favorite b-boy or favorite b-girl, like to support them. They only wanted a coach and the dancer to come out.
Hmm.
And Thomas from Battle of the Year was telling them that it's a part of the breaking culture to be on the floor and to be right around. It's going to look better in footage. It's better for reactions. People can, you know what I'm saying, taste the top rock. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You got to be close enough.
Hmm.
So he pushed for that, and shout out to him because it allowed me to get closer and see it firsthand instead of
Hmm.
being up in the stands. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you're sitting in the stands, it's like the sun's in your face. They don't even
Mhm.
care.
Nah, breaking you have to experience from a near view, especially if it's high level and they don't only do backflips and 90s. You know what I mean?
It was very successful, by the way. Like
Of
it was
course.
the only place that was playing music. They invited in three new styles. It was like skateboarding. They had mountain climbing, like, but it was speed climbing. I had never seen nothing like it before, though.
It's
They were
crazy, bro.
spider
That's
running up the wall.
crazy.
Yeah, they were, yeah. But it was only for 12 seconds, and it would be done. And it'd be
Hmm.
for 12 seconds, and it'd be done. With breaking, it was like, oh, I can hear some music over there. You go over, you see it's country versus country.
Hmm.
You got to sit down. You got to hear different beats play, see
Hmm.
different dancers. They came back because it was brackets to it. Like what we
Hmm.
have is a real show that a lot of people can understand very simply,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
if they don't
yeah.
understand the
Yeah.
judging criteria and all that. So
So what was the
it
when
was
you
successful.
heard when you of Youth Olympics, and that was the first step to the Olympics, right?
Definitely,
So when you
definitely.
heard about the idea that breaking could potentially go to the Olympics, what was your initially thought?
I mean, shout out to the OGs who've been manifesting this since they've been performing on the streets, uh, um, since they performed at the what was it, the 1984 Olympics, and really put themselves at the level of gymnasts even back then with the Thomas Flair, which they got from Kurt Thomas, the American gymnast who did it in France in what 1970s or something like that, the open leg flare. It's history having a full circle breaking going to the Olympics. So it
Hmm.
wasn't because of me. I appreciate people like Steve Graham who organized the free events that was paying all top 100 breakers.
Yeah, the
Um,
silverbacks. Yeah.
Silverback, UDEV.
Mhm.
He also sponsored over 30 videos in 1 year of us Yak to film with breakers just to
Nice.
showcase specifically the breaking community. And like that's like I said, that eventually I feel like led towards the Youth Olympics doing it. That was only 13 to 17-year-olds, but they
Hmm.
were hiring coaches to go as well. And there was a lot of very interesting stories just within the Youth Olympics. Like different countries will pay you to go. Certain countries, like the Canadian team, for example, who won a silver medal, shout out to them with their B girl, Emma. They stayed for the entire 2 weeks of the Olympic trials with the swimming team, even though the breaking portion was only 3 days. Some other
Mm.
breakers, they got to leave early. They only came for the event and left. So there was just different. Every country had its own unique like way it was contributing to it. And America had no representation. And America had no breaker, zero, which is insane. America. But yeah, so anyway, so that happens. Um, then the global shutdown. This is private information, but I think it's important for at least the dance community to understand that there is a big gap in the Yak Films YouTube channel, and that
Hmm.
was because we were actually in conversation with the Olympics to do a 5 episode series where I was going to host, explaining the origins of breaking with the 15 years of footage, 18 years. I got all these hard drives here, shoe boxes of them. Right? Chasing
My
Petticoats.
God.
That's one of four. I got this one. You see one. I got this one right here. This one. don't even know what shoes came with. This is probably like a gift package or something.
Some Pumas.
What Do Not B-Boy Issue, uh, Battle of the Year 20. Let me see, it's all listed here. 2013. I got so we were gonna create a whole series to explain the timeline, at least for Yak, of how it's making it to the Olympics. We had interviews with B-Boy Bumblebee because he won the gold medal at the Youth
Mm-hmm.
Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
and I interviewed him and his dad in Russian in that lobby there, while no one else, really felt like it was, a
Was
historic
necessary,
moment.
yeah.
I saw it was. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I saw that, and so all that to say, there was a misunderstanding between me and the founder, and it led towards the Olympics dropping that idea, or really not dropping it. I think they shifted to stance,
Mm-hmm.
which they're a story because, in my understanding, there was a guy from Strife named Daniel who was traveling a bit more than the rest, or I mean, he can tell his own story, but in my understanding, he was the predominant one filming at competitions and kind of innovating their style of fading in from black and white and with the slow motion. And I don't know what the falling out was between them, but at one point, as Yak Films, I was filming a competition, and there was people from Strife on my left and people from Stance on my right. And Stance started having T-shirts and stuff. We all were still competing to make sure that the dancers were seen as much as possible. So I never saw them as competition, but I definitely battled a couple of them in clubs and stuff though. I definitely had to definitely had to torture because I feel like what I'm saying, like being a part of the culture is you never know when, and especially if we're within the same kind of league as each other. I think it's fair play. It's not like I was calling out Morris, you know what I'm saying, like. But it was a lot of fun, and I still
Mm-hmm.
think in the future that could be a cool thing. Maybe me versus Little Shower or something. But so all that being said, all that being said, yeah, what's going on? I mean, after that, like I said, we moved on to theater shows,
Mm-hmm. But
but
and
yeah,
then
the Olympics we moved on
did you
to
had the
obviously
chance
the
to go
Olympic
to
battles.
Paris?
Not for the 2024 Olympics. I do
Okay.
see that we had a third member for a little while. He was originally supposed to be a beat maker for us, so we could have all original music on Yak.
Ah,
But
yeah.
he kind of grew more to be a third cameraman,
Mm-hmm.
and he now works with Stance, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So he was out there. That is what it is. Like I keep to myself, and I, as a dancer, know that when you start a crew, you know what I'm saying? You've seen you guys served, and all of a sudden the dude moves over to that crew, and he's got
Yeah,
all your moves and stuff.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay, bro,
yeah,
like
yeah.
I guess you just gonna change teams or whatever. But anyway,
So,
so yeah,
so after watching the Olympics,
they got the Olympic budget is the point, but
so
uh,
after watching the Olympics, what is something that you would change, and what is something that you thought is very good?
uh, yeah, change. I think okay, so the Olympics to me is cataloging world records and seeing them in real time if you're lucky. So who can jump the farthest? Who
Yeah,
can you know um, run to a point A to point B?
yeah.
Breaking, I don't think it's something you could just give somebody a gold medal for winning it. So I was already kind of hesitant with how they were gonna produce it. Now, if it was who can do the most jackhammers, like IBE, longest b-boy move, if longest head spin once you
This is
stop
it.
tapping, right?
This is
Right,
it.
we've had a couple of those videos, and like I said, IBE used to do it, and B-boy Pop, he used to have 97 jackhammers on YouTube. Like there are people
My
with like max backspins.
God.
That to me is Olympic level. I want to be
Yeah,
able to look at a chart and it says back in 1984,
yeah,
someone did 64 air flares
yeah,
without pause. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
that's the record. Like Shorty Brick, B-Boy Gato,
Mhm,
like that's a
mhm,
timeline to me. But
mhm.
saying that Gato was the best B-Boy of the year for that year is just, it doesn't make sense. How can you ever beat the previous year gold medalist? How can you do that? You know what I mean? Like, especially if they retire or something. So it
Mhm.
already always was kind of off-putting to me. And I've seen a lot of people frustrated with the 2 rounds and then a 90-second break and then two more
That was the
rounds.
first. That was the first. Actually, this guy here, this guy, was the first to MC an event where they made this rule. in Switzerland at Battle of the Year Central Europe one-on-one finals. They did this. So it's 2 rounds, but it's 4 rounds. But the first 2 rounds, I start, you finish, and in the other 2 rounds, you start and
You
I
start. Yeah.
finish. And that's why the
So
90-second break, so the dancer has more time to breathe, right?
right.
But I love this idea. I heard that from some people now, also from Charlene from Chukru. Super idea. Super. Then it's a sport. Then it doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter what music comes. You know that they didn't wanna at the first. They didn't want to have the DJ nor the judges there.
On the floor, right? Yeah.
Nothing. And then the team they said no, it's not possible. We need the judges. We need the DJ. The DJ say hello. Yeah, yeah. So
They have different innovations, but I'm just
all
saying there's some things I was like, I don't know, like the 90-second pause, that's cool. That might leave space for someone to get coached to remember what moves they should throw out.
yeah.
Like that's always good to me. Like I don't if someone has a break before a tiebreaker round, that's good to me. I don't want them like tired trying to do their best moves because it's up coming off sloppy. It might be dangerous for them.
Yeah, maybe they hurt
90
themselves. You know
seconds.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
but maybe they should have that 90 seconds be another competition and then bring back the battle now round two or something. I've seen all types of brackets. Crazy Eights in Connecticut has a bracket where it's like 4-4, then it's two on
Crazy
two.
Eights is nice. It's a really nice concept.
Crazy
It's
stuff.
what was his name? I forgot his name. He's also in the WDSF.
Sweet Lou.
Sweet Lou, yes, shout outs to him. It's a
Lou.
really nice concept, Crazy Eights. You gotta check it
Yeah.
out. So 2028, we don't have it in the motherland. That should show the people that Olympics is business. It's not about culture. And for all the smart people, it's not because Reagan did such a bad job, yeah, because they decided that before she even danced in the Olympics. So stop blaming this poor woman. She has nothing to do with that. It's all business. The best comparison I heard is this, because they brought cricket now, right? No breaking, but cricket is there, right? So cricket is the national sport of India. India has 2 billion people. Yes. If you go in a sports store, you have soccer section, football section, NBA section, cricket section. There is no breaking section.
Word.
No viewers, no merch, no.
Word. I mean, that's why I like your show that you show sponsors that are specific to the breaking community. I
Yeah.
know you always talk about those shirts that like have the padding for windmills. I got
Yes,
some of
from
those from
Bottega
some
Prama.
sponsors.
Yes, from Italy.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
as an example,
Yeah.
really, you just no one would make that unless they understood the troubles that a dancer like us goes through.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
ballerina, right?
Hmm.
Specifically to breaking. So shout
Yeah,
out to
definitely.
brands
So,
like that and companies like
sorry
that.
to them. Do you think they will make a comeback in Brisbane in 32?
Uh, no. And could we talk about Ray Gun for a second?
Oh, please, if you want.
I mean, I want to say this. Not even just her, like, um, okay, so I'm already criticizing the Olympics for trying to give a gold medal to someone in a year as the best breaker when it really should, I feel like, be based on how have you expanded a single move? Like, I come from a track and field background as well. I was captain of cross country. I ran the
Mhm.
800, did high jump. So, like I said, who can jump the longest distance? Or I mean, Little Amok does crazy stuff. Like he'll hop 100 meters on one hand, right?
Mhm. There is a
But
there is a Dutch guy. He's the best. He's the best.
telling you, so people, they can go upstairs with them and stuff like that. It might seem like a simple trick to some people, but to me, it's like a strongman performance. And like I said, it can be compared to anyone else can try the same thing 100 years from now and try to beat your record, but they can't say that they were better than dang, who won the Olympics? Shigeki's,
Oh,
Victor. Um,
so you mean who got the gold medal?
yeah, who got the gold medal again?
Phil and Ami.
Phil Wizard. Okay, Phil
Yes.
Wizard. Excuse me. Phil Wizard, Victor. Like, okay, so to
Also,
compare
Phil
yourselves
Wizard,
to them, it's kind of hard.
Phil Wizard has gold. Danny Dan has silver. Victor has bronze. And for
And
the women, it's Ami, it's Nika, and it's 671.
there we go. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
And shout out to 671. A couple of them were actually at the Youth Olympics as well. So it's dope to see them go from 2018 competing to being on the main stage. I wish I could have told that story,
Mhm.
but
Man, I tell
it's
you, this
just
Dutch guy I told you about, Nazgul, he's the craziest. He has so many,
amazing.
bro. He did like 1,000 Zulu spins, or like he
Yeah,
did a handstand walk like 12 kilometers. You know,
yeah,
stuff like this, stuff like
yeah.
this. It's crazy.
And I'm
Shout
telling you,
out to
that's Olympic
Nazgul.
level. That's
Yeah.
beyond just, oh, I'm a creative. And you said this earlier that it's a competition now, right? I think the moment that you compare two art forms, the comparison makes it a sport.
Hmm.
I can be an artist, you are an artist. There's no comparison. When they try to make comparisons, that's the sport aspect of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
to me, the battling part of breaking, not the creation part, not the expression part, right? But the battling part is a sport. And so how do we lean into it the same way athletes do? Because they're getting paid $100,000 contracts to be sponsored by the USA as a national team. And we were having camps, we had Flowmaster, we had all that stuff happening, right? Now, that's what to me is the travesty. It just wasn't the performance that happened on stage. And,
Hmm.
and so to talk about Reagan for a second, I think it's very important that that happened. I think it's very important, not just to the breaking community, but to those who are willing to defend it within the breaking world as well, to put them on Front Street and expose them. Because there's two worlds. There's just the breaking world where if someone's bad, we put our eyes down. Maybe they'll learn next prelim round next month. They're getting better. I was there at one point. You know what I mean? Like this is what we say in our heads when we see people dance on stage who we know are not ready to perform. I have battled against people where it brought my energy down because they didn't hold their air till they fell. It
Hmm.
made me not want to do my best moves. I can now save it for the next round or something.
Hmm. Yeah,
But it
yeah.
makes it brings down energy vibration. What you want is someone to have flavor. You want to be hyped, like, oh, I get to
Yeah.
battle more first round. I can use my best moves before we get to the finals, and I'm tired. So that's the energy we always should be having at events. With the Olympics, the two worlds that are watching is the breaking world and the random public. And the random public should feel like what they are watching is Olympic. It is something they cannot do. Now, there are certain rules depending on the country. You can be 14, you can be 11 in certain sports and still compete. But for some reason, in the Oceania region, the age limit was 16. So the 15-year-old B girl, who I think I would have wanted to see represent for Australia, had no option. But I
Mm.
don't know why they had that age restriction. Now, as far as Raygun's performance, I do appreciate creativity, but there has to be a level of athleticism when you're at an Olympic level. And I don't know if you were able to forego until you feel that you're ready, if you felt you were ready. But to me, I think it was not a good representation for
Mhm.
her and for breaking to the world. And
Mhm.
because it went viral is because the same way our most viewed video on Yak Films is, because the public doesn't understand what they're watching. It is their first time looking to see, and what do they see? And anytime you look at b-boying, it should be fire. I shouldn't be posting all 150 prelims and go to minute 47 if you want to see where you danced at. I should post the amazing prelim and why didn't it make it to the final battle, but this person was amazing.
Yeah.
So this is my job.
I really like your explanation. I really like your explanation. Yeah.
And so there was no choice for her not to go viral in a
Hmm.
culture. I can't speak for other communities or anything like that, but the black community who created breaking, who still listens to that music, who still now they may not be the ones carrying the physical movements anymore. I mean, a lot of even Jeffro, who's of Haitian origin, was representing the USA at this event, right?
Hmm.
Not necessarily Black Americans are the people getting to represent breaking worldwide, but
Hmm.
those who do have to show respect for the origin and have to understand what that community is going through in the modern day, or it will lash out.
Hmm.
Black Americans are very disenfranchised. We seem like we're all LeBron James, but there's a lot of issues going on with us in economics. And when we don't feel like people are when we feel like people are enjoying what's going on in our lives, but not listening to our pain, we
Hmm.
get confused. So
Hmm.
that long story short, it all kind of fell on Ray Gun that
Hmm.
the Black American psyche doesn't want to see people do, it looked like she was making jokes, bro. It looked like she was disrespecting the culture instead of fully appreciating it. Shout out to her degrees and everything like that, but when you see what you see, it is what it is. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, people
It
also
shouldn't be
don't
easy.
forget at the Olympics, it's not the best people in the world. It's the best people from each continent. Yeah, because if it's the best people in the world, the first five B girls, at least four would be Japanese. You know what I mean? So forget it. But I
Well,
really love your explanation with the when people tune in to watch Olympics, they should see Olympic level and not think to themselves, "Hey, I can do that too."
yeah, and some people who say, "Hey, I can do that," their intention is to demean the person,
Yeah, to bring them down
bring
on
them
their
down
level.
to their yeah,
Yeah,
right. Well,
yeah.
I can't do anything, and you can't
Bro,
do
I
anything.
had
We're the
at the
same.
beginning when all this
That's
shit
not fair.
started, I started having conversations with random people. And after like two, three conversations with random people from all around the world, I thought to myself, I have to stop. I can't win against the internet. Some guy wrote me like up this paragraph, and I didn't said anything against him, his character, or anything. He just wrote, "You give me a good a bathroom break, entertainment for my bed."
Nah,
And
I tell you,
the amount of people taking so much time of their day to dress up, learn every single move she did.
yep,
Bro,
yeah, it's
do
iconic.
something
It's
better
iconic.
with that time. Go learn
It's iconic.
handstand.
Nah, I want to say this, like that spirit of ridiculing something. Like, do you think they could ridicule Victor's moves? No, right? Or wait, no, let's keep it on B girls. Like Ami, like were people finna dress up as her for Halloween?
Nope. Bro, the
No,
people
right?
dressed. I always said you made it. If some people dress
Yo,
you as
Halloween, yo.
Halloween, then you made it.
Halloween, yo. Halloween. But no, I mean, just to put a last button on it, bro, I don't want to be on it
Mhm.
too long,
Yeah, yeah.
but I definitely want to appreciate that. I feel like as I was traveling the world filming, man, I went to a competition in China. There was 600 prelims, bro. There's not 600 amazing dancers in a room at one time. You know what I mean? And people don't have humility. Instead, they're caught up in this machine where it's like, I'm a dancer. I'm supposed to sign up. Eventually, I'll get passed on. If I don't, I'm going to call out the judges. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just, and no one ever says anything like you need to chill and be better. They don't have people in their corner. They don't have
Hmm.
mentors. This is maybe what
Yeah,
you're speaking to. There's a disconnect between the OG and the new generation.
yeah,
The new
100%.
generation is like, I know what it is, and I'm just gonna come in and say what it is.
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
bro, like you gotta understand,
yeah.
like be good before you come in.
Hmm.
Breakers should be titans. They should be villains. They should be whole entities that change the vibe of the room when they step in. It should feel different because you know that it can only exist within that person's body, and you're going to be one of the lucky few to get to see it, and you don't want to be the unlucky one that it happens to.
Yeah,
That's what it should
yeah.
feel like. It shouldn't feel like if I roll on the ground, I could do what she did. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where I felt like,
I'm a big believer.
ooh,
I'm a big believer. B boys and B girls are the coolest persons on the planet. There is nothing cooler than a B boy or a
what?
dope B girl. There is nothing cooler.
Bro, we're the martial artists who chose nonviolence. Like, you don't want to take a hit from Junior, bro. You would never want to get punched. That's a Mike Tyson punch, bro. But
Yeah.
he puts his fist into his freezes on the
Or
floor instead.
Tata.
Man, or Tata, bro.
And
And
he,
not just, and like I said, the B girls too. Like some of them have like some kicks and some swings and stuff. Like Logistics has some power to her in her hips. You know what I'm saying? I back up when she starts, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Watch, watch out. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So now,
Shanghai, I just seen Shanghai recently.
so now we come to our segment is called your fave five, right? But we talk about your favorite five things in no specific order. So first, we start with the B-boys. Your fave five B-boys of all time in no particular order.
I'm gonna go back to being a tall b-boy. I'm gonna say all of Phase T. That's one. That's just one. That's one. I'm gonna say
Crazy
Brahim.
Monkey and the other guy, unfortunately, I forgot his name, but the crazy
Man,
power
it
mover.
was a lot of them, bro. It was like six of them, bro. Oh God. I mean, and then Little Kev. But I don't know. They were a motivation to me just
Oh,
because
nice.
they approach dance differently. They got to go to the Battle of the Year. That 2005 showcase was iconic to me. I'll never forget it. Um, and how they played with little Kev's size difference. You
When
know,
they,
him, yeah, giving him, yeah, when they threw him, letting him have solo stuff like that. But they had such big movements and such power, even though it wasn't always about speed or anything like that. They traveled and
hmm
across the floor and had interesting transitions to me as a group. Um, yeah, B with Brahim, who I'm shout out. You know, I saw you interviewed him as well.
yes,
He's moving to cha cha now. He loves cha cha dance. That's crazy.
he's a complete dancer, bro.
Word up. I mean, I definitely and Yak Films had this evolution as well, where we went from just breaking to looking at standing styles, and I gotta say, like, it showed me that there were a lot more women on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, a shout out to the B girls, but in house dance culture, I mean, in hip hop and popping and
A
locking,
voguing, right? Whacking.
Vogue, shout out to yeah, man. Thank God, bro. Thank God. So, but yeah, back to top five.
hmm
Um, dang, son. I'm gonna say I mentioned Morris. I gotta shout out Morris.
hmm
I'm gonna say B-Boy Quick Step.
Quick step, nice.
OG, yeah, yeah. He's
Yes,
someone I
shout out.
still work with to this day, actually.
Ah, cool.
You know, during the global shutdown, he was big on organizing dance parties here in New York, and I still film them to this day. It's called Behind the Groove
It's
with
it
his wife.
is this the
Uh,
one when he starts with funk and he ends it with house and you don't see the transition?
some events he does that, and he'll have a two-on-two. It'll be like hip house, and it'll be like music that was kind of like a blend between the two, like Jungle Brothers and stuff like that.
Okay,
He
okay,
had one
okay.
edition where he brought OGs from the movie Beach Street, which I didn't realize how many of them were still around. Like, I think it's such an old movie, and they were standing there on stage. So I got to record that one. It was, I mean, so many different b-boys from there. There's dancers getting into 3D prints and stuff. This is a 3D print that was made by someone from Full Circle Soldiers.
Oh wow,
Uh,
nice.
Dang, I forget what's bro's name. Yeah, he has this app called Battle Wire, which is
hmm
all like live music and stuff for b-boys. But he has a 3D printer, as do I. I have one sitting right here. But this is Quick Step and Rockefeller right here.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
So Quick and his wife, both of them, as they would say, are on the fifth floor. I mean, they're celebrating over 50 years of life,
Nice.
having met on Times Square. Shout out to them. And I just filmed her concert on May 2nd, right before my birthday. So they're still performing, getting dancers to perform, bringing other artists and musicians together. They even had a Native American performer who was dancing with like traditional hoops and then
Nice.
using Indian step or the native step
hmm
to top rock. So it was pretty cool.
Nice. Nice.
But
So we have the
yeah,
Phase
what was
T
your question?
boys. We have Morris. We have
Raheem,
Quick Step.
more
Two more.
quick step. Let me see. Only B boys. I'm gonna say uh uh dang son, issue. Really inspired
Nice.
by Issue. I'm gonna say he's top five. Like I really wanted to see more dancers that would incorporate cultural elements into
Yeah.
breaking, so that when you were looking at them, you could see what region they were from. Like
hmm
just looking at a breaker and being like, oh, he looks, American. It's like
hmm
I don't know. I think I reached a level where I wanted to see a little bit more. So Issue really stood out to me as something a bit more like culturally how he dresses, how he moves, his
You
character.
ever met him in person?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
We shot videos actually with
Ah,
him.
nice, nice, nice.
That
Yeah.
went viral. Yeah, some of them are on our new TikTok. People should check out our TikTok page as well.
All right. Okay.
We've been posting a lot of stuff on there, throwbacks as well as new content. And he went viral on our TikTok. Dang son.
The last one
I
is the
got so
hardest.
many, bro.
The
Yeah,
last
what's
one is the
yours?
hardest.
I'm gonna split it, bro. I'm gonna say six of them, bro. I'm gonna put Nagin and Nasty Ray, bro.
Of
The
course.
two of them are the only breakers I've really ever seen in life. You always mention Scheme Richards saying you got to be able to dance with ladies if you're a real dancer,
Real
right?
B-boys dance with girls.
Nasty Ray and them, they'll start ciphers without without meaning to. They just find a groove and get into it. Nagin as well, and he can be on his martial arts tip sometimes with capoeira and all that. But like when he's really like on his house vibes, like everyone starts dancing from them.
Nice.
And I think that creating a cipher from you,
Hmm.
is a passion that a lot of
Hmm.
b-boys don't think about when they're trying to battle and one up
Hmm.
someone. And to me, it's what creates the party from their bodies. Like it makes everyone start to like
Hmm.
kind of vibe and groove or want to loosen
Uh,
up and do their own thing.
when
So
when
two of
again
them.
when again start winning big competitions, I didn't understand why does this guy win? I didn't understand it. Then I saw him in Switzerland. I felt him from 20 meters. His aura was, I don't know if it's still today, I hope for him, but back then his aura was crazy. He didn't do
It's a
anything.
ball of
He
fire.
was
Yeah,
just standing there. Crazy,
it's a ball of fire. Yeah,
crazy,
yeah, yeah.
crazy, crazy. So, big girls, please.
Right, right, right. Um, I want to shout out Pepsi.
Oh,
I really like her groove. I feel like she doesn't get to travel as much or perform as much. I definitely know she does like halftime shows and stuff, but I just love to see her do more. I really enjoyed watching her style. Let me think. Definitely. I mean, CC is killing the game right now. I mean, she's popular. She's traveling. She's nice to watch. She's dynamic. Um, without having to be like masculine too much, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
still feminine.
because
Yeah.
I really want, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's another thing to me when I'm watching B girls. I really want them to be comfortable with themselves, not like perform as a lady for me or something, but like
Hmm.
represent,
Hmm.
and like, I don't know, there's something special about when you're watching someone do footwork and like you see their hands on the ground like this, right? And like you see they got fingernails painted and stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, a chick, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh man, they got so much different style and stuff that they could
The
wear. Like,
details, right? The details.
yeah, man, the details, man. And when
Hmm.
they battle, they got details that they give each other as well. That I love seeing the communication between.
Hmm.
There's Jayla Rock from New Jersey.
Hmm.
I don't know if she's as popular, but the first time I ever saw her, and she still goes to events to this day, even though she had a minor accident. Um, her her top rock, like you see, you mentioned the aura before, but it makes me think about like ancient times, bro. When you see how she dances, it kind of like brings me back to like I don't know, it makes me time jump. It's something I can't really explain. It's like nostalgia times 10. But like how her go downs, like how she gets to the floor, um, I don't know. I think it's kind of unmatched in the
Hmm.
B girl world. I wish she got more attention as well. Um, let me think. I mean, I've worked with a lot of B girls on the channel. It's just we have over 1,000 videos. I mean, yeah, Jilu's popular. We worked with her plenty of times. She got to explain her style in a tutorial series that we did as well. I like how she has flexibility. I like her combos. Um, yeah, just her approach to the dance.
Hmm.
Is that four? Let me
Just
think.
one
That's
more.
three. Let me think. I mean, maybe I'll just shout out a OG, Abby girl.
Abigail?
Like I know that she still is dancing to this day as well, but I saw some of the earlier clips of her back when she was representing for what is it, Problems Crew.
But
I
she's
just
from
never
the
seen
West
anybody
Coast, right?
approach. Don't get me lying. I was gonna say like Boston or something.
Ah,
This is
okay.
why I
Maybe
definitely
maybe
didn't
then
do
I
my research on Big Girl.
maybe then I mean another big girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
and I used to
I,
enjoy watching Sarah B and a lot of other B girls, like
yes,
all of
yes,
Zamunda
yes.
crew.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Zamunda is really good,
you know what I
really good.
mean? Like
The
they're
flavor is
powerhouses
crazy.
nowadays.
The
I
flavor.
mean, Big Girl Rockefeller,
Yeah.
she's over 50 years old, still doing belly mills and baby freezes, and now
Hmm.
she's performing and singing, doing music and stuff at concerts, and hiring me to film it. So it's
Oh,
like a
that's
full
nice.
circle, which is like cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, I just filmed
Uh,
it, like I said, May 2nd.
can I
Shout
tell
out to her.
you who I think will be the best big girl ever? You know big girl Royal?
Royal?
You know her?
Nah,
From China.
from China.
She is 17.
Uh,
She's in Style Elements.
okay, okay.
And her trainer is Reveal. Bro, I send you some clips of her. It's over. She has everything. She has musicality, she has flavor, she has footwork, she has transitions, she has power. She has everything, everything. Flavor, everything, everything. Everything.
Okay.
Make sure to have her on your radar.
Do
And
you,
then
could I
we,
ask you this though? Do you think there's a age that's too young for someone to be competing in breaking or I guess
I
any sport
think
level?
competing dancing is like, for example,
I
when I
mean
started.
diapers, bro. There's people in diapers doing
Yeah,
it, right?
the little,
Like
I say this guy in the diapers, this guy has the best childhood ever. If you can throw air flare with 6 years old and doing windmills and shit, you have the best life, best childhood. And your parents can just send you off to practice. Go and dance, dance, dance. I think battling, you don't put the kids with grown-ups. Let them battle other kids. If it's high level still, don't let them battle like somebody who is not, who doesn't give a fuck if there's a kid, a woman, or anything else. You know.
yeah,
Uh,
'cause they'll cop them, right?
Also with the power, I would also be careful. Like for example, head spins. Head spin, I think if you start like 4 or 5 years old head spinning till you're 18, your spine, you will be shorter. That's just physics, no? Gravity, no?
Bro, I would give a couple inches though for a spin. I got a few to spare,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? So I think the question more is because we see so much high level. We always had crazy kids, right? Since the beginning of breaking, I mean, the
Bro,
breaking is from kids,
King of
right?
Kids, bro. What was that battle, bro?
Oh my
Crazy,
God, King
bro.
of Kids with
King of
what is it called?
Kids.
Demon.
Yeah, Little Demon, Kid Columbia, I think it
Oh, that
was.
was so nice. What I want to say
King
is,
Justin.
what I want to say is, for me, the question is more, what is hard training? When is it too hard? When do you train a kid too hard? Because I saw clips online that children cry and things like that. We had many discussions in our group chat from our crew and things. You know, I joked like, if I can do air flare, I want to cry, you know, like, but I say this now jokingly, you know, but it's a serious topic, you know, like, when is it too much? You know, I think this is
Oh
the
man,
question we have to see what will be the answer in the future. You know what I mean?
that's another reason why I think it's important. If you own a YouTube channel or if you're like we are, like kind of like street dance scholars or like journalists for the culture,
Hmm.
that we have a responsibility to wait until someone is ready to be presented to the world to showcase them.
Hmm.
But ultimately, it's that person's circle responsibility to make sure, you know?
Yeah.
So, not to get back on the ray gun thing, but just to watch out. Like people need to people need to have an internal conversation and keep themselves to a certain standard
Hmm.
before the world sees and judges based on its standard,
Hmm.
because going viral can be good or bad, and you can't control that.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, unfortunately, we didn't really get to talk about your breaking, right? But I still want to ask you your top five battles that you battled.
Dang, I battled at Mighty Four.
Oh,
That was a two
nice.
on two. But this was, like I said, the prelim battle. I got to showcase like new routines and stuff that we made up. And I think that's back to why Massive Monkeys went viral because people were like, "You got served, ain't the real." Like you got to see when they really have routines,
Hmm.
and we demonstrated
Yeah,
what
this
those
is a good
routines are.
battle to see routines. Yeah.
Eh, But that's one battle I wish I could see, but unfortunately, the people who we battled against, which is a crew from San Diego,
Hmm.
they deleted the footage that one time. Hopefully, they don't do that anymore. But
Hmm.
I bring my own cameras just to be safe.
Yeah.
What are the battles? Dang, I haven't really competed as much as gotten to travel to film,
Okay, 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 okay.
and I mean, but yeah, like local jams and stuff in,
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
California that I competed in, like in Modesto, I competed in a jam, and it was a 3-on-3. I really like small crew competitions too,
Okay,
because
okay.
it's like you still have space to shine where it's not like a 5-on-5 or a crew-on-crew 10-on-10 battle all the way live. That's a 10-on-10 battle, for example. Shout out to them. They had theirs outdoors with the sun setting behind them. I got
Nice.
to see major crews compete against each other, headhunters versus renegade rockers, and all types of crews like that. But I didn't compete in that personally. I competed more in like the smaller, 2-on-2, 3-on-3 events and
Hmm.
stuff.
Hmm.
a lot of that footage is online though. I competed in like 2009 to like
Mhm.
20, I would say
So let me
14.
ask you, when was the last time you entered a competition?
Um, I mean, I did all styles competitions when I came back, so that was probably like 20. I mean, it's definitely before the shutdown.
Ah,
So like
okay, okay, okay.
2018, 2019-ish.
Okay.
Like,
Ah, okay.
there were online competitions during the shutdown, and it
Yeah,
was
I
kind of
won.
bizarre to
I
watch.
won. I won a top rock competition.
Yeah, see, as I was
So,
saying, yeah,
so
you
I
just set
am,
your phone up, right?
bro. Actually, other people, I never called it, but I could call myself world champion because
World
I
champion.
beat a European guy, another European guy, and in the final I beat a Brazilian.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
while they were
actually,
in Brazil, right?
yeah.
Even crazier, right?
So actually, this guy here is a top rock world champion. You know what I mean?
World champion. That's what I'm saying. It was crazy to me. I remember Break Free had their event, and they were like, "Oh, if you got bad connection, like sorry for that, but the judges will only judge from what they see." But we got to see people from India. It was like 4 in the morning there. They were
Um,
battling like people from South America,
mhm.
and I was
We
like, I never thought
also
this would happen.
we had the yearly event and we couldn't do it, and then we did it in the club with the I brought my TV from home in the club, and then we tried to fix it and everything, but the connection kept on fucking up, fucking up, fucking up, and then I stopped the stream. I said, "Hey guys, I'm so sorry, but we can't continue like this. We cannot provide a fair competition like that." So we sent every dancer like 50 euro, and 5 seconds after I finished this, the guy
The
came up to
connection.
me and said, "Hey, it's working now." But then I said, "You know what? Fuck it. No."
Live streams are completely sporadic,
Crazy
man. There's
times,
all
crazy
kinds.
times, crazy times, brother. Uh,
Should we create the perfect breaker, or what else you
but
doing this year?
I have two more.
Oh, there's a couple more. Okay,
I
let's get
love
it.
that you know what's coming. I love it. Uh,
Yeah, it's my job.
so five of your favorite battles that you filmed.
Oh yeah, definitely. I
I
wish
mean,
I
we
would have
talked
watched some
about
videos.
some of them, right? We talked about some of them, right? For sure, the
Yeah,
Juste Beau one.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the Morning of Owl one, where
Morning
they
of Owl?
showcased their, yeah, Morning of
What?
Owls with B-Boy Pocket in
No,
them.
no, no. I mean, you mean a Morning of Owl showcase or a battle?
Dang, what do I mean? I mean, yeah, I really mean working with them, but
Ah, okay, okay. I see. Okay, okay, okay.
dang, we don't have any battles of them, do we? I mean, yeah, maybe some of my favorite videos of battle. Okay, that I filmed.
Yes, yes, that you filmed.
Yeah, definitely. Let's start with the origin, man. That one-on-one in 2009,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it was in a mall. Like the
Mm-hmm.
staircase was like going up and down. There were people like walking on the staircase just to like continue to watch the battle as it was happening, and it was free, so it was like so crowded, and it was international. It'll stick with me forever.
Mm-hmm.
The year right after that, at Battle of the Year, that one-on-one, just because it went viral, and it was my first time. Like I really took a risk, like not using funk music for the recap, like
Yeah.
and featuring like it was what glitch hop music. It was kind of like a creative new style of music. um I think about the dang son, what battles, bro? So many. Like I said, the Just the Boo one with Bruce Yukanji passing on the mic and then being in a tiebreaker, catching that moonwalk in front of like 10,000 people was crazy. Um, okay, this is a kind of left field one, but being a b-boy and being invited to film Vertifight, which is an electro dance competition that
Yeah.
happens in France. It was actually the world finals for electro dance. Now that's
Mm-hmm.
a style that comes from France, and I didn't really know too much about it. Wanted to feature it more on the channel, and I was pleasantly surprised by how their battle strategy was, their energy. I think Just the Boo is featuring it this year, or they just featured it as
Mm-hmm.
a category or an experimental style.
They
So
had it for sure.
that
They
was
had it for sure.
yeah, Vertified. Floor Wars was
Nice.
always a great event. Like they had, people drinking beer and the lighting was really nice. The crowd was very interactive, and there was two layers of seating to watch or to stand. They let people sit in the floor, and great teams. The 3-on-3 was the
Yeah,
perfect
it's
amount of
Flower is
people.
always good to watch.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Battle of the Year, Floor Wars. I mean, yeah, Shell Battle Pro was always great. I guess it's Paris Battle Pro now.
Hmm.
And that was the first time Tara, bro. Okay, let me tell you that story, bro.
Oh my
I'm
God,
backstage.
when she with Lee.
Yeah, she beat Lilu. Yeah, she Kid Lilu. Well, he changed his name to Lee now. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She had the Terror walk that she came out with. I spoke with her dad for a while backstage about it. Oh, damn, my light died or whatever. It's all good, right? But
Good.
I'm back. I come backstage to show Battle Pro, and when you get backstage, there's giant screens so that you can see what's happening on main stage, so you know like the host is saying who's coming to the stage next and stuff. But you also have floors where you can practice. And I've come to show Battle Pro multiple years at a time. So this year when I walk in, people weren't throwing chair flares into heads. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why is everyone standing looking at the monitor? And I like push past like this and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And it's B Girl Taro on stage. And I was like, whoa. And it's a 6-year-old kid, in all pink and stuff, doing like, I mean, she did flares then, she
Head
did
spins.
head spins. Yeah, you remember. So that to me was a viral moment. And I remember walking out into the front, and people would like stomp on the stairs to make the crowd like applause, and they were doing that for her. And I had my camera with me, and I just remember standing there like just like seeing it with my own bare eyes. Like I didn't even record it. I was like, man, this is crazy, bro. I can't believe this. And I'm talking about like every battle she did. So shout out to her. Like she was a phenomenon to
Yeah,
me when I first seen her.
sometimes you have to watch it live, put the phone
Yeah, I
away.
was just like, what? Yeah, I had to come from backstage. I was like, I'm not watching this at a screen. I'm like, is this really happening?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
is this, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Like it was like how you feel about AI now, where it's like,
Mhm,
wait, is this real? Like, let me come
mhm.
around to the front.
Yeah.
Like to be that small. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like imagine if she'd have battled at the Olympics at 6 years old. And
Yeah.
only certain regions had a rule for the age limit. Certain
Mm.
ones didn't. So but yeah, that's the third time I'm hitting her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it alone. But she
Okay.
was a kid and she went viral, and I'm so glad that she's still
Now
coming on too.
it's an amazing battle. Also, Lilu was also really good in this battle. He
Yeah,
danced really good, but Tara had had the momentum, had the crowd. It was just her moment. It was just her
yeah,
moment.
yeah, for
And
sure.
Lee had a good evolution, so I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think
Shout out
he's
to him
bad.
now. I'd
Yes.
say he's on top right now.
He's top five B-boys. He can smoke everybody anytime. So
Yeah.
now, sir, we built the perfect break, right? So we have top rocks, power, freezes, and footwork, and we're gonna add fashion and flavor. Yes. So please remember, this is your personal perfect
Right.
break. Okay. So we start with top rocks. Who do you?
Um. Uh. Um. What's my bro's name from Ruggeds?
Dusk?
I like Dusk a lot too.
Or you
Uh,
mean the black guy?
yeah, yeah. He's from
Kai Chief? Or no, no, you mean Supreme, Grimzen.
Supreme. Yeah, because I was thinking about his previous name before he changed it. Yeah.
Grimzen is called now.
Yeah, Grimson. Yeah, Zupreme.
Yeah,
Shout out to Zupreme, bro.
he's
He was
so
winning
fresh.
Top Rock. Yeah, he was winning all Top Rock competitions at Floor Wars on the first floor and still come upstairs to compete in the 3-on-3 in Floor
Mm.
Wars upstairs.
Ah,
And
you
that was
know him
before he
long
was with
time.
Ruggeds.
You know
Yeah,
him
that was
long
before he
time.
was,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yep,
yeah, yeah.
before he was with Ruggeds.
Yeah,
And his name wasn't even Zupreme then.
yeah,
So I'm saying
yeah,
he had a name before that, I feel
yeah.
like. But
I
he
had
was
him on the
really good
show
at Top
too.
Rocks and he still is.
I had him on the show too. Yes, yes, he's
He's
amazing,
really good with his Top Rock is actually really
ah,
good.
bro.
It's slept on. It's slept on.
When I said to you, for me, a b-boy is the coolest person on the planet. I just show him. I just show him dancing. Then you know what I mean by saying the coolest person in the world is a b-boy or a b-girl. Know what I mean? So, okay.
So
Then
Top
we
Rock,
go
I get
to
it.
footwork. Who do you choose?
Um, I would say Zeshin, or I
Ooh.
would say let me think. I really like Vicious Victor's footwork. It looks like he's doing power moves when he does it.
Victor is
And it doesn't
interesting.
look scripted as much. I like how he has symmetry with it. Uzi Rock, he does like the six step where he rocks the whole time he does the
Yeah,
six
yeah,
step.
yeah. And he stands up,
Uh,
goes down.
yeah, and he stands up. He's
Yeah, yeah.
like, and goes back that. Come on, son. Like, name who else got a six step, bro, like that?
Yeah, he has a
You know, like,
CC when he claps his hands.
yeah, he's got some footwork, and his symmetry. It's got
Mm-hmm.
crowd participation. Shout out to Uzira.
Mm-hmm.
Um, other than that, you can go back to the origins and stuff. Like some of the first people making them up. You got to shout out to Ken Swift or Crazy Legs. But
Well,
other than that, yeah, I definitely feel like Zeshin has some crispy footwork. Better than me. Jay, a lot of people that teach online now have
mm-hmm.
great footwork, but those who like I feel are like free in the style with it and turn it into a playground. Someone like Vicious Victor, like
So who do you choose?
I'm gonna say Victor. Yeah, I'm gonna say Victor
Victor. Victor is
for
nice.
footwork. Believe it or
Victor
not.
is nice. Okay, let's transition to freezes. That was a nice one, huh? Let's transition to
Good transition. Yeah.
freezes.
Um, there's a dude named I think his name's Primo or Prime from Sweet Technique.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
What's his
Primo,
name?
Primo,
I
Primo,
think it's
Primo.
Primo.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's Primo. Yeah. I really
Promo,
enjoy
promo,
promo. Yeah, there you
promo.
go.
I got Primo.
Yeah, I
Promo, promo.
mean, if you keep it simple, you can go back to B-Boy Bake.
He
You know what I'm
does
saying?
with
Extreme
the
Crew.
he does with the legs. The
Yeah,
promo,
yeah,
you
he's got
mean?
some stuff. Yeah, he's got some
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you mean.
and some
Oh, bro,
forms.
B-boy back, bro. Come on,
Did I
bro.
throw it
People,
back? Did I throw
people,
it
come
back real
on.
quick? Did I
Hey,
throw it that
nine.
far back?
He
Throw it
did
back.
the when he did the.
Yeah, Air Baby to the transition.
Then come
Yeah,
on, nine. I remember he does the flare into the shoulder, into the archer, into the up, into the lotus, into the jump, into the hand, into the archer.
bro. There's a lot of Brazilian breakers, bro. That's like all they do, and like it's like there's 10 times as much of him now, like
My
as it ever
theory
like
is it's so hot there, so they are all flexible.
but B-Boy Bake and Extreme Crew and all them, but I like So as well.
Ooh.
Right? I really think his like he has one of the craziest moves I think in breaking of all time. Yeah, he has a rollback where he throws himself from his head and ends up in a one-hand pike. He did it
Aha.
at IBE
Yeah.
2005.
He's not
That's an
rolling.
impossible move.
He's not.
Yeah, it's impossible.
You know who made update of that? Differ. You know what Differ does?
Oh, like where he
He
goes up like that,
and
right?
he goes in a stab position.
A stab? Yeah. So
Wow.
I know a lot of
Also.
people say Rock's right as well.
Yeah.
I've
Rockstride
heard
is the
that
most
mentioned multiple
common.
times on the show.
Rockstride is the most common answer.
Yeah, I
So
like his transitions into and out of freezes, but
yeah,
as far as like
definitely.
straight
So
freezes,
Rockstride is
C little,
definitely no wrong answer from nobody.
yeah.
Um,
People say physics, C little, like it can go on and on, bro.
okay, yeah, it's not stopping, right?
Rubber Legs
We
has
have
only photos of new freezes.
I
Like
he will never run out of freezes. It's
Kolobach.
I was so Kolobok. I was so great. I'm so grateful. I had the opportunity to practice with him a time. He lived in Zurich, bro. The stuff this guy does. I told him like, can you do this freeze in this freeze? Then you go up in this and bam. He's like, "Bro, no problem. He can do everything, every freeze. And did you know he has good foundation? He has top rocks, he has footwork, he has everything, bro. He just doesn't do it. He used to make fun in the practice. You know, when the practice is over, then he used to take a
Yeah,
hat.
and do
He
it.
go, he just do footwork, top rocks, and then he does like this. Ah, crazy.
You never know, man. That's why you don't sleep.
You never know, so don't call him out. So,
Word up.
uh, who we took Soso for the freezes, right?
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll say that.
So power moves.
Uh, I'm gonna say Iron Monkey.
Oh,
Now
I
he,
love Iron Monkey.
yeah. Now I actually, when I was coming up in battling, he was someone I would run into quite often. So I've competed against him at least like 3 times.
Ah,
I don't want to
nice,
say more than that, but like definitely more
nice.
than once. And,
But,
and he was like in his like flavor era too, where he was like hard on his footwork game. But
Mhm.
like that's where I made the mistake of being like, oh well, he's probably beatable. He's like an OG and stuff. And they're like, nah, bro, he's been to the BC1, bro. He's been to the. And I was like, well, he ain't doing all that right now. Like I'm gonna try some of my creative stuff. And you would come to find out by the finals when he would throw his like low air flares. Those were some of the first ones I seen that low.
Mhm.
Um, his form halos, like his head spins are wild. Um, yeah, bro. But I mean, I could shout out Hong Ten for power moves too. I feel like he innovated that whole upside down space. He's
Mm-hmm.
got traveling halos, the sliding ones, the walking ones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, but then we got to shout out Crumbs,
Mm-hmm.
who had the slow motion. That was the first time I seen the slow motion power move at all, and that was in You Got
That was
Served, so
Crumbs,
you
yes.
spiral. Come on, son. So and now they have slow mo headspin. Kaku. Now let's go back before Kaku. But, I mean, it goes on and on. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of great power movers.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to choose one, that's what we're saying though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you the one. Though. I'm gonna give you the one. Kareem, I think, is my favorite power mover b boy. Kareem,
Bro, do you
because
remember
he
the
can
battle?
headspin both ways.
Do you remember the battle in Korea, 3-on-3, Battle of the B-Boy Master, Kareem, Reveal, and Iron Monkey? This was like my Bible. So
Bro, I'm
from
telling you,
Reveal is still for me the coolest person ever. I watched this when I was 13 years old. When I see Iron Monkey was the first b-boy when I see, hey, how does this is flavor, this is music. He's playing, he's entertaining. He's just not dancing, he's entertaining. He's a character. He makes fun of you, he points at you, and then he does dope moves too.
yeah, he backs it. Yeah,
So we have
he's
Kareem,
a
right?
phenomenal.
Okay, then we continue with
Kareem's
flavor.
fire too. Kareem's one of the first people I seen headspin live, and he had them. He has so many moves, bro. He has the windmills with the one foot. I can't even get into
He
it.
has the crazy combo when he switch sides with head spin 2000. He do both sides windmill 2000. Fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. His head spins are crispy too, man. A whole other level.
Um, flavor.
As far as style, um, yeah, Nasty Ray.
Oh,
I'm probably gonna say Nasty Ray. I mean, I'm thinking about Giras. You know that dude that's like
a
from
Polish guy.
yeah, yeah. He kind of stands out to me because his like shapes would make great snapshots. Like as a photographer, as a visual artist, I really like how
Hmm.
he moves. Um, and I say Nasty Ray just because
He's more
his
traditional.
foundation. Yeah, yeah, and it just is essential. It's more like an essence,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
Dang, other than that, I mean, Sonny, B-boy
Mhm.
Sonny from the UK.
Mhm.
I feel like he understands the playfulness of breaking and keeps that a whole lot alive.
Yes, very good confidence.
Little
You can
Zoo,
see.
Little Zoo,
The
like he was
zoo.
on an epic run for a while, bro. Like
Hmm.
his footwork is like power moves too. So,
Yeah, definitely.
wait, hold on. There's too many names, too many names. So I'm gonna
We name
say,
the
what
Nasty
you
Ray.
got?
Nasty Ray is good.
Nasty Ray. Let's go Ray Ray.
And last but not least, how should the breaker be dressed?
I think fresh is supposed to be from head to toe. Sometimes that can mean just a hat matching your shoes. Sometimes that can be showcasing like a unique texture or something. Like I don't really like just wearing a white shirt myself. Like I want something that like when a girl walks, if you bump into a girl, like she should turn around and be like, "What was that?" You know what I'm saying? Like she don't have to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like and so I'll wear velour if I can, just to
Right.
like accent of it. Now breakers, we only get one chance to shine really, and you got to keep your fit nice. So it has to be something that you can dance in, not get sweaty in. So I think activewear has become the norm, like sports clothing. But to me, that's not my vibe. Like I always want to be able to rock. I don't want to get caught off guard ever. If I'm dressed nice to show off for a lady with jeans, I got to be able to break in those jeans. So I make sure they're stretch jeans from the rip. Like from the moment I buy them, if I cannot do certain dance moves in them, I don't wear it. You know what I mean? So that's where my fashion sense lies. Like my shoes are kind of my centerpiece, especially as a b-boy, because I feel
Mhm.
like my entire style is about showing off my shoes. You remember you told the story about Sonic saying that he saw someone's feet in the
Yeah,
air?
yeah, yeah,
He saw his shoes, I bet you. I
yeah,
bet
yeah,
you saw his shoes.
yeah, yeah.
Now, if we're making fun of someone for wearing flip-flops in a breaking battle, what's the opposite of that? Take your shoe game seriously.
Hmm.
And I do. And shout out to Tata. He'll be breaking in stuff we didn't think was okay to, you know what I'm
For me,
saying?
the craziest guy
This is the
is
art.
Flea Rock. He dances with thesis.
I'm telling you, with expensive shoes that are pieces of art that you're wearing, and if you have moves that can keep them clean, that's cool. But I don't have a problem with you giving scars and art, adding your own art to the art of a shoe.
Hmm.
And if it lives on because it was what you wore in a movie, that pair of shoes, it'll make everyone want to buy the same pair and
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that
yeah, 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 yeah. I
that you're
definitely see.
That you're Michael Jordan.
I definitely see what you're talking. I definitely see what you're talking. So who we taking?
You said what?
So who we taking?
Oh, dang. So
I love that you explain all the
I'm gonna
categories.
say,
I
yeah,
love it.
somebody who's fresh from head to toe, always. I mean, what's bro's name? The OG. He battled in a damn like long coat. A 10 round battle. Alien S, bro. Alien S, I feel like always has crazy outfits. Like
It
it's
looks
almost
clean.
like he looks like a
Look
biker
clean.
gang guy, you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, he's in a biker gang, no?
I mean, that's how you dress, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would assume
I
so.
don't think I think he takes realness really serious, so I don't think he cosplays a
Yeah,
bike member. You know what I mean?
yeah, his fashion's coming through him
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And it's still back to 1970 with the leather and the, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's texture to me. It's got patches you put on
Yeah, yeah,
after.
yeah,
You can write on your own
yeah, yeah.
clothes, like, you know
You
what I mean?
have the vest with your crew on the
Yeah.
back. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Represent.
bro, like the shirt you're wearing, like something like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Look like it was made
represent.
with Mark or like I
So
just
the
miss those
perfect
vibes.
breaker, according to Cash, has the top rocks of Grimson, the footwork of Victor, the freezes of Soso, the power moves of Kareem, the flavor of Nasty Ray, and the breaker is dressed like alienness.
Yeah, yeah. Alien Nest with some more neon colors. We need some new neon in here.
Not only black and white. Yeah,
Nah, nah, nah. Everybody's wearing black and everybody's wearing white, bro.
yeah.
Like we need some
Give him
color,
some
bro.
95. Give him some Air Max 95. The
The
neon will
world
do.
has color, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Graffiti was
now,
in color.
uh, the last one of today, or they're coming from here. I don't know. Aliens. Yeah. They land. They say, ah, you are Cash, huh? From Yak Films. You do your b-boy, huh? What is breaking? Which battle do you show them?
Um, as far as the battle, I mean, okay, I would show them the Floor Wars battle between
Mm.
Funk Fockers and Illusion of Exist from Russia. This is Brazil
Mm.
versus Russia. Now,
Mm.
Illusion of Exist is all about having creative moves. Even their characters stood out a lot in that battle. Valo Vajo was there, Chorito. And on the Funk Fokker side, they were arguing a lot of tradition as well. They, Burn had like Dickies clothing on, some
Favela
looked like
b-boy.
Stick Up Kid. Yeah, Favela. Yeah. So, shout out to Sao Paulo. So that's a battle I really like showing people as a first one just to see
That's
clash
really
of
good
styles
choice.
off rip.
That's really nice
And
choice.
we filmed it as well, yeah.
That's really nice
But if
choice.
I can break the rule, right? If it wasn't a battle, I would prefer to show them a dance video first.
Okay, which one?
There's a video that we filmed with Yaman and B-Boy Sebastian in Germany.
Okay.
Now, Yaman, I feel like keeps theater as a part of his dance as well,
Yes,
and he
yes.
plays off of objects in the environment a lot. And so he backflips off of a moving train as it's driving off in that video. And B-Boy Sebastian, he almost has like capoeira parkour.
He's so elegant. He's so
Yeah, yeah,
elegant when he
yeah.
dances.
It's, I can't describe it as best as he can show it. And so I really like that video. And really because most of the people I'm around are black. And so they don't necessarily even expect for people who don't look like us to be doing it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a culture shock to them when they see it.
Hmm.
Because like that, like I said, that happened to me. When I was like 9, 10 years old, I saw a kid do a handstand in a party, and I was like, "What? That's allowed?" And he was not black; he was white. And
Hmm.
so I was like, "Man, if he could do it, I could do it." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's like, we're keeping my culture alive. Like I need to be the one doing this. Like I
Yeah.
felt not disrespected. Like I was appreciated, but I wanted to do more. I wanted to really keep it alive. And so
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah, so showing them Sebastian and Yaman, showing them
Hmm.
different cultures of people,
Hmm.
different styles. I think that's
Well,
a
we
good
have a good
start.
choice. We can show them a
Yeah.
battle and we can show them just a dope video, right? So now the aliens learn how to dance and they say, we're gonna take over the world. Yes. But you, sir, you can save the world. 5-on-5 battle, the aliens versus the five best US breakers in their prime. Who do you take to save the world?
I'm gonna throw Quick Step in there.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw the urban action figure in that mug.
Ivan.
I'm gonna throw some I'm gonna definitely throw Morris in that mug.
Ooh.
We need more ground power. We got Quick Step for the ground. We got
Mm-hmm.
Morris. We got Urban Action Figure for the air. I just want to occupy all regions. All right, for
Mm-hmm.
traveling, for moving across the floor, I'm gonna say it has to be American. It has to be American. Um, Tata,
Ooh,
if I can't say A Rod, and then lastly, should I say Heat Rock to start us off each time? Yeah, I'm gonna say Heat Rock.
he smoked me real bad 2 years ago.
I should
Nice,
have said flavor.
nice. No, that's oh yeah, he's has really good flavor too. So yeah, quick step, Ivan, Morris, Tata, and Heat Rock, dear aliens. Bye bye, bye bye. Yeah.
Bro, there's
So
way more than that though, bro.
uh, so yeah, that was the episode. I think we are officially the longest episode I ever recorded.
Sheesh.
It's almost 2 hours, a little bit more. Really nice.
Damn.
I knew, I really prepared. I knew that we're gonna have a good long talk. So for the end, any last words and shout outs?
Yeah, man. Like I said, I have over 1,000 videos public from the 32 countries I traveled to in 18 years filming the street dance world and competitions, influencer videos, commercials. But I really wanted to take time with this specific conversation between me and you to shout out some of the B-boys and B-girls that I've worked with and just give appreciation and thanks to them.
Hmm.
I actually wrote it down. So let me know when it's too long, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, you do your thing.
B-Boy Munir, one of the first B-Boys I ever met in person internationally. B-Boy Kareem, as I mentioned earlier, who I flew myself to France to watch him compete in Show Battle Pro, and I walked right up to him. And he was like, wow, I didn't expect to see you traveling. I was like, you inspired me. All you did was get on a flight. I can do the same. And yeah, he was amazing in that competition. B-Boy Lilu, who's worked in a lot of videos with us, who's an amazing character and just talent to work with in general. B-Boy Little Kev, who I got to meet in person and shoot a solo video with. Little G, who was representing for Venezuela, like we put them on the map. He was at that one-on-one that I filmed, but he
Hmm.
waited until the event was over, and because he didn't get an invite, he just took over the stage and just started air flaring, and, and it just stood out to me. I was just like you just saw some of the world's best talent. This is Battle of the Year, and he got on stage like, and me too, you know. And I was like, wow, man, that's a b-boy. It's like, let me do something. Issei, Taisuke, um, Chirito, who I know he said in an interview with us that he travels sometimes to breaking competitions 3 days on the
Yeah,
train,
yeah.
right?
He's from
Um,
Siberia.
yeah. Novosibirsk, yeah, all the way out in the middle of nowhere. So shout out to him, um, and the Illusion of Exist crew. You know, those who care and for a shout out. I appreciate you guys. The Ruggeds crew as a group, how they stay together, and everyone in the Ruggeds. Like I said, Nasty Ray earlier, Nagin, Fabiano, B-Boy Lucid from California. I don't know if he gets as much attention on the international scene, but he always had great ideas, I feel like, and he inspired a lot of not just our filming style, but also my dance style. Um, Tata, I mentioned, Dynamic Rockers, Yaman, Issue, Heat Rock, as I said earlier. I want to say a rest in peace to B-Boy Tonio. And I'm so glad I was able to film a video of him that I still try to promote as much as possible to this day. Bale Rock. We went to his 10-year-old, 10 year, when he turned 10 years
10
old
years old.
birthday,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
his 10-year anniversary of being alive. And there was a lot of amazing talent there. And, you know, he was in Rocksteady crew at the time. Shout out to Gravity and El Nino, a lot of breakers who are now sponsored by professional companies who bring Yak Films into that negotiation so that we can get paid to film them in a professional way and in an authentic way. B-Boy Invertebrate, who's from Five Crew Dynasty, the same crew as Gravity, who I've worked with to create theater shows, specifically The Missing Element, which is all about
Ah,
beatbox and street
he's still
dance.
dancing?
Yeah. And
Ah,
he's
okay.
actually a stuntman in movies and stuff too.
But he's not
Yeah.
in the competition scene anymore, right?
No, not as much. I was filming dance videos of him, and then we created a theater show
Ah,
where it's all about dancers and
nice.
beatboxers coming back together with
Nice.
elements of nature. Yeah.
Nice.
Um, and he does like small club performances at the most expensive nightclub in Manhattan, actually. Yeah, and Dynamic Rockers used to perform at that same nightclub
Mhm.
as well. Let me see, Quickstep and Rockefeller. The two of them are inspiration to me, just as originators, as those pushing for dance competitions, hosting them. He DJs it. He casts the talent for it. Hires me to film it. It's just an inspiration that the two of them are holding New York on their back in a lot of ways, especially for the breaking community. So I just wanted to give them a thank you. And I just, man, many more. If anyone checks the playlist on YouTube on Yak Films that says B-Boy, you'll see the over 200 videos of me either hosting a show talking about other styles, other breakers that you need to see because I can't travel there myself. And that was the Yak Like You Know show. Or you'll see the dance videos that we shot with them ourselves, with Thesis, with so many different amazing dancers. I just
Nice,
wanted to shout them out. I appreciate you for giving
nice.
me the space for that.
Of course, brother. Of course. It's very important to give back, right? From my side also, again, thank you for taking your time. I really appreciate that we finally had the chance to do it. It's really nice. And I always say to my guests, if we can do a part two, I would love to do it in person. Next time we see us. Do it in person, we can chill, we do this. So I
Very
hope
Zurich, right?
Yes, I hope we can see us soon in the future. I mean, the world needs to wake up and invite me more to international events, but that's another topic. Shout out to all the viewers and listeners. Yeah, subscribe now. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Yes, comment who you want to see next. Post notification on never miss a video. Hey, every Sunday, your favorite breaking show. Yes, many people who Cash already mentioned, we had on our show. Yes, so tune in. You never miss anything. Shout out to Bottega Parma. Yeah, get your merch now. GTV10 is your discount. And if you want to tune in for the after talk, go now to to Patreon, purchase the Backstage TV, and next time you can be in the same Zoom call as our podcast is happening. Yes. So yeah.
And real quick,
Yes,
in that
please.
next conversation, we're gonna touch on is hip hop the cure to racism?
Oh
We do
yeah.
that for the private
We do
patrons,
that
right?
for the private. We do
All
that
right,
for
let's
the
do that.
private. Very good. We can tease that. So yeah, that was your favorite breaking show with your favorite people host. And can we please say it together? And
Yak like you
act
know.
like you know.